million teachers of color.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Coast One Financial Group.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom!
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he.
Is he the scheduler?
Nope, I was told by Anthony.
Ah, okay. Which of our which of our friends' shows are you doing?
All of them.
Okay. Well, say hi to everybody.
You want me to get your stuff back from Kent?
Kent? Yes. Just confront him when he comes in. Hey, listen,
pal.
I don't want to make this. I want to make this a thing.
But it's a thing.
I think you got something of my friends, and maybe you need to turn it over, fish guy.
He turns over his backpack, and it just floods the table.
All of these headphone adapters.
Listen here, fish guy.
What if it turns out that those headphone adapters are like
God.
super quiet, like the greatest, like they wrap some fishing line through them, and it's like they're catching all these fish. That's why he's been stealing them. Allegedly,
Yeah.
taking them. So you were gone a week, a day, and a day.
Yeah, I didn't think it'd be fair that you guys were the only ones with the 4-day week.
Good point, I think. What? Was that a good point?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got a 4-day week last week.
Yeah.
That's what you thought. We came in and did our podcast.
Yeah, we did.
You know what I do not like here is both of you looking at me at the same time.
Right.
Hi, Chris.
Yeah. How's that work? Oh, it's his today's.
Yeah,
it is.
debut.
Oh, it's his first day of this. Well, we don't like it either, Chris. But
Our leg hairs are touching.
they are. I've been growing them out.
Yeah.
So what'd you do? We know you ate a couple times.
Nothing. I ate a couple times.
We saw some food.
Yeah. Well, that was at the very beginning.
Well, I'm just saying that's.
Well, you did eat, I hope.
Yeah. Would hope you ate. That'd be a
long fast. You can do it.
Crap vacation that would be. I fasted.
Really got into fasting.
Fasted for a week. Oh man. Hey, is this a compliment from Chris Spears on the YouTube chat? I would never wake up early enough in Sacramento to listen to this show. One of the better things that came out of moving to the East Coast. Oh yeah, that is a compliment.
Okay, I was shaking my head.
He brought it back at the end.
Yeah, it was a nice recovery.
Is he saying that like he couldn't get up early enough when he was here to listen, but one of his favorite things is that it's 9 a.m. on the East and he can. All right, hey
Chris.
Hey Chris.
Yeah.
You know what camera to look at?
Over there.
But
yeah, same camera.
But
Straight
you know
up.
what's funny is that like
I know. I saw that earlier.
I can reach into Jason's thing. What is that box? Square. Your side of the thing.
Camera?
Yeah, camera. And then you would have loved it the first day this happened. We were just doing all kinds of hijinks with
A lot of bits.
the lights
On the delay.
The delay. We did a really cool one where you were back here.
Yeah.
You were.
No, what's great is that we have that Papa shot in there that we can't use anymore.
Oh, we use it.
What are you
Oh,
talking?
yeah?
Yeah.
There's the hand. That's funny. Look at you. That's funny. That's great. Hey, is it warm in here? Oh, I didn't think about that. Because you're on this side now. So remember when you said you were on that side and you get the air conditioning right on you? It is warmer. Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. But you don't need to go down to like.
No.
It looks like I'm watching a weekend update right now.
Absolutely.
We write our own jokes.
We
Joke
do.
swap.
And that's what it looks like when you talk. And it's
gone.
Oh, it's gone. Okay. I don't know, man. I know we're supposedly getting a new studio set up.
Are we?
That's what they
This
keep.
is it.
That's no, God, no. No.
I'm still sitting in front of the blue tape. Oh, your tape's back.
Yeah, my tape was gone yesterday, and then somebody retaped. And it's
over there.
It's right on my bill of button.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're supposedly getting. I keep seeing. I keep seeing mock-ups, and Jason will, our engineer Jason will send me different. What do you think of this? Or Chris Watkins or whatever. Like I'm in charge, but just bouncing stuff off, and I assume they're doing that with other people too, which would tell me
not me.
Well,
Not me.
okay. Well, I guess I'm the creative director. But here's the problem. I have the distinct impression, and I could be wrong here. In fact, I might ask about this today. I have the distinct impression that there was some sort of conversation, because that really helps that you guys aren't experiencing this. Why do I feel like, because this is the type of stuff I would do with my kids, that there was some sort of conversation and it was like, hey, can you just send Dave some stuff to get his, let him feel like he has an opinion, and then whatever we end up doing, he'll feel like he'll bitch less. I feel like that maybe is happening right now, because you guys aren't getting it.
I have a feeling that they know that you would be the one that would complain the most about it.
And when you say complain, I think it's better that I would be giving constructive feedback.
Sure.
Yes. For example,
Your words.
Here's some constructive feedback. They spent I don't know how much and I don't know how long creating this state-of-the-art studio downstairs that 4 people use. And I don't know, maybe
I use it.
You use it? Well, you used it for the wrestling, right?
Yeah, I've done it several times.
I wish they'd done this one first. That would have made more sense to me.
They did do it first.
And I said that at the time. Do what first?
They put the video cameras in here. It's been in here for a while.
No, they should have done what they're about to do in here. They should have done that first and then done the thing downstairs. That's all I'm saying. That's not complaining. That, to me, is better preparation. At my opinion, I could be wrong. That's what I say.
That's what he says.
That's what I say. So what else did you do, Chris? Come on, you were gone for a week plus.
Dave missed you.
Well, my aunt and uncle were in town. I took them up to Mare Island over in Vallejo. That's pretty cool.
What is it, Mare Island, except a golf course?
There's a golf course there?
Yeah. Used to play. Well, I don't know if they're still open, but used to play there with my buddy and his dad. Isn't it just abandoned military housing? And that's all I've ever seen there.
There's a whiskey distillery there. There's a brewery there.
Oh.
No mention of golf
Gyms
course.
there.
Gyms there?
Gyms.
Oh.
Everybody named Jim.
Apparently
there.
there's a teaching dentistry school there.
Oh.
Wow, they're doing
Really
something.
nice coffee shop. The Quarters. Tell them Christopher Lott sent you.
Oh.
Interesting. I've never heard. I've lived here my whole life. I don't think I've ever heard anyone be like, "Yeah, we spent the day at Mare Island."
Yeah.
It's really nice.
I'm
Do
not
yourself a
knocking it
favor.
either. Yeah, that's right off of what, Highway 37,
It is.
2-lane highway that never gets traffic at all. I've made the mistake of hitting that thing before when whenever there's that race at Laguna Seca.
Oh yeah.
God,
You're there
dude.
for days.
I don't think it gets down to 2 lanes by the time you turn off to Mare Island.
You think it's still more?
Yeah, I think it's 4 side. It's 4
There's
lanes.
that stretch of 37
Yeah,
where you're surrounded
that's
by the
past it.
marshes. Okay.
You're not on 37 lot. You basically just pass Six Flags.
Wonder if the golf course is. That was a really cool.
Where's the woos?
Remember the woos?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever happened to that? Wasn't that the maze?
Uh huh.
That'll happen to the Woos.
Corn.
What?
Nothing.
Okay. Oh, corn.
Yeah.
That's what the Native Americans traded.
Corn.
Yeah.
Maize.
Yeah. Why? Whatever happened? That whole thing in Vacaville, right?
Yeah.
But we're not just talking about the Woos.
Is that where the outlets are?
Yeah. Now they have the outlets and all this crap. Can somebody rich and developy? Let's bring back the whole nut tree thing, man.
Maybe that could be part of the West Sac baseball.
Yes, reach out there, 100%.
The baseball park, some downtown development, and the nut tree.
Yes, the nut tree is one of those if you know, you know, and you have to have been
Maybe
around.
the Sacramento Nuts.
Fine with that. Call the stadium the Nut House.
Sac Nuts.
Sac Nuts. Because that used to be the stop on the way down to the Bay Area.
Really?
Oh man, we used to stop at Nut Tree, and they'd have I'd always get they'd get the strawberries and cream because we'd usually be down leaving in the morning. My dad always had to leave for.
I'm attempting to dazzle Dave.
Games at 1, got to leave at 4 a.m.
That's 100%. That was my dad's thing. I'll be the traffic, get dang traffic, and we could be going to Concord. You know, everybody up, let's go. And then my sister and I are draped in our blankets.
I'm sleepy,
Yeah,
Daddy.
you're sleeping in the car. Shut up. Sleep. That was his whole thing. To be honest, pretty good move by my dad in retrospect because A, beat all the traffic. He did.
And B, you slept?
And B, we slept, so he's not locked into a car with yammering from, he just had to listen to my mom yammer. But if you...
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Right, exactly. And then Lindsay and I are passed out in the back. And then by the time we're waking up and starting to yammer ourselves, well, we're at wherever we're at.
Almost there.
Got to deal with it anyways. But yeah, we'd stop at the Nut Tree. And the whole strawberries and cream thing was I barely remember, but I think it was strawberries and some sort of cream. And then they'd have a foot. That's all I remember. This is why I ordered it. It was a foot of whipped cream on top of it. You just... But they had a little, I don't even want to call it a roller coaster. It was just it was it's like a kind of a roller coaster, but not a lot of rolling or coastering. You're just kind of cruising around the property. Yeah, like a little train track, an open air train or something. And had different stuff. It was a whole little thing to do there. And the big iconic nut tree frontage of the restaurant that you'd see or whatever that was. I'm actually...
Iconic.
Yeah, it is kind of iconic. And I think there's a lot of people that don't, there you go, Jason. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's iconic.
Look at the car.
Look at that modern vehicle that's looks like a 71 Mercedes.
Cutlass.
And look, it's funny, the flags they're flying above that. We're looking at the Nut Tree sign right now. Don't understand this. It's one flag is a watermelon slice, one flag is a pineapple, one flag looks like 3 ice cream cones. I don't know what that might be a train, I think, is the 4th flag. I don't know. But it's iconic, and then they closed it down, and now I think it's called, they had a carousel with the horses you ride on, and all that stuff. And then, I don't know, maybe not it was one of those things where look, it's not a Six Flags. It's not a Great America. It's not even a Marine World, much less a Disneyland or it was just a little stoppy. And now it's gone.
Carousel's still there.
Is the carousel still there? We should all go ride a carousel together, 3 of us. I think that'd be fun. It's a little fun social thing to do.
Up and down.
Up and down. Yeah, we're all picking the horse.
Up and down and around, circular.
Yeah.
Flow.
Yeah.
The music.
Yeah, Cheezel. Huh? So you went to Mare Island. Was it? Look, it's not like you had to have. I'm not asking for if you didn't have a list of activities, that's fine. I'm just curious even if you just sat on your ass for a week and didn't do anything. That's a great time.
Yeah. Went to my cousin's wedding on Saturday. Okay. It was great.
How I feel because I don't have that big of a family.
Say it.
I feel. Wait. Hold on. Okay. I want to write down what I'm going to say, so there's no cheating here.
I know what you're going to say.
You do?
Yeah, but Chris thinks it's something different.
Yeah, Chris always does. All right, Chris, I wrote it down, so no cheating. I want you to, what do you think I was about to say?
You're not in a big family, so I don't know what it's like. He probably said something. You're going to probably say something like, so what's it like to have 800 mariachis all playing at the same time?
Yes. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Can I say what I think you're going to say?
Wow. How did you guess? Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, Jason, go ahead.
I think it was going to be related to not having such a big family, but I feel like you have gone to a lot of weddings and funerals lately.
Oh, let's see. Let's check. And ladies and gentlemen, wedding/funeral. That is exactly right, Jason. Kind of like the game we played the other day.
Yes.
My bell.
Oh, to put it in the tape, they had to get rid of it. I don't know.
Oh. Yeah, no, I'm just saying it does seem like once a month. Do you think if we averaged it out, do you think you go to a combined 12 weddings / let's call it celebrations of life, shall we? Be respectful, both of us. Do you think you get up to 12 a year?
No.
No? Far less?
Yes.
Oh.
Just a lot later.
I've been to 2 funerals this year and 1 wedding.
So that's 3 in 5 months. I mean,
I saw that movie.
4 weddings and a funeral.
2
And
funerals and a
I think
wedding.
I went to 2 funerals last year and 1 wedding last year.
Okay.
But that was during the weekend. I didn't miss any time.
I've always wondered what it would be like to have a massive family. Like, I don't have a tiny, like my wife is no family, 0, none. She is the last of her. It's her and her mom. That's
a
it.
lot.
Yeah,
She's the Highlander.
Yeah, she is. That's it. Her mom, cousins, sisters, brothers, uncles, aunts, nothing, right? Other than, us, like the kids and stuff. I'm saying outside of the immediate family.
Bad that the last name's not going to carry on.
I know. Who will carry on that name? And then I feel like I have like a medium-sized family, like a normal. I know, right? Where it's like I don't see a lot of my dad's side of the family because they're on the East Coast. Didn't grow up with them that much. It would be every few years or whatever. But my mom's side of the family, I've got like 8 cousins, and I feel like that's your average. Let's say. I always wonder. On one hand, I was always really jealous of people with big families because every birthday, every activity, everything was always everyone and different, older cousins and people to look up to and hang out with, and you always get a ball game together, whatever. But then I also feel like, God, that would be exhausting. Mm-hmm. My God, it's like every other week, someone's got a birthday, someone's got an event, someone's got a graduation, which I guess maybe if that's the lifestyle, like maybe some people with giant families, like that's the lifestyle. Like, hey, what's going on next week? Oh, Jenny's graduating on Friday, so we got to go to that. And then Sunday is Marge's celebration of life. And then Wednesday, Billy's getting married.
That's like Jason.
Yeah, it's, just feel like you would spend a lot of money on presents.
I never got a present from my grandma or grandpa.
Really?
Yeah.
Like ever?
Mm-mm.
What was it? Was it just basically like if we buy for one, we got to buy for all?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. There's like 25 of us.
$1 each.
Wow. Well, can I say something? What about a card?
They didn't care for Chris.
Yeah, look, I got to be honest. If you don't look, you got a giant family. You don't have a lot of money. You buy for one kid. Of course, you got to buy.
Like
for
a lot of it would be the party would be at grandma's house.
Oh well, okay. So that was their way of okay.
Let's feed him.
Yeah. Let's feed him
and celebrate him.
Right. Okay. Well, that's
No. You're saying it like I had a day on my own. No, it was the other 3 cousins that also had birthdays in September that we all had to share.
I think it's like Chris's family is there. Who is the Cindy Jordan in your family that put it on the whiteboard? Where like every month here we have like
I think that was my mom.
Where here at the station, with this building with I don't know how many employees or whatever, but every month or two there will be a group birthday celebration. She's a sweetheart for doing it, and there'll be like depending on the month, 3, 5, 9 people all gathered in. There's a cake or whatever. I feel like I
think that's today.
Is that today? Interesting.
That they're doing the celebration.
Interesting. All right. Well, don't you have another one coming up here? I remember having this conversation. Not coming up, but
birthday?
No. Don't you have some time off this summer too that we were talking about?
That was it.
That was it?
Yeah.
You're done?
For right now.
Wow.
He's taking the day off after Forbidden Door, but that's all for that. Oh, and then I got the fishing.
Yeah, the fishing trip in
November.
Yeah.
That's the one that always rains and you can't catch anything.
Mm-hmm.
But what was the first
What
thing you
is
said?
Forbidden Door?
Oh, Forbidden Door. I didn't even hear what.
See?
What the hell is Forbidden Door?
What's Forbidden Door, Jason?
Oh, hold on a second. Wait, Bing, hold on. That's the wrestling thing in the Bay Area where guys from other wrestling things go to wrestle and they shouldn't, but they're wrestling.
Bing!
The other thing. Yeah, okay, I did. Because it sounds like a movie, doesn't it? Like, have you seen Forbidden Door? Oh. Which also, that's something that comes up in marriage.
I know when it is, but when is it?
June 28th.
June 28th. You know what? I can't. Can I just say something without sounding insensitive? Probably not. How long do we have? Okay, you know I like to do the Channel 10, Channel 13 thing, and it takes forever.
Yeah.
How many? Shut up, Chris. I'm just gonna say it and be honest.
Still
and
not
I'm
gonna
being
say
okay,
it.
and no disrespect, and being respectful, and no offense, and all the things I have to say.
So this is
before.
about to be very disrespectful.
No, it's
I hope so.
not. I'm just, it could come
I hope
off
you
that way.
offend everyone.
I don't want to minimize the thing I'm about to bring up with a stupid question that I'm about to ask. I'm not used to us getting Juneteenth off yet. And I wonder how many years that has to happen before. Like, I know when December comes, we're getting Christmas off. I know
you
when
do.
I know when November comes, we're getting, I know when Memorial Day.
Just tell me when September ends.
I know 4th of July.
Will we get it off?
I keep,
We do.
we do. Right. No, we do.
And we will next year.
That's but
And the
I
year after that.
I still in my mind I don't consider June a holiday month. And then I go, "Oh." And I think every year that we've gotten, what is this now, the third
Oh,
year?
at least, maybe more.
Maybe
I think it's
probably the 20th
5th year.
That's the way things were. It's probably like the 19th year we've had. Yeah, so I still find myself being surprised. Like I'll look at the calendar or something will come up. This just happened yesterday. And I was like, oh, well, we got a 3-day weekend. I was like, when do we have a 3-day? Oh, okay. So really it just comes down to August, right? Is August the only month?
No.
Well, October is
March
Halloween.
and April. Our biggest gap is from President's Day to Memorial Day.
But doesn't Easter count in there somewhere with
You
March
know,
and April?
There's no days
Oh.
observed, like work days. That's what you care about.
I do. Yeah, I don't.
So
yes.
January you got something, February you got something, not March or April. May's good, June's good, July's good, August we don't, September we do.
October, no.
Nope. And then November, December.
Isn't there a random? That's what we said with February? Isn't there like a random president or something we get? No. Isn't MLK Day is in January?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Shut up, Chris.
I forgot you grew up in Arizona.
You.
He did all those years in Arizona.
Stupid idiot.
He loves Phoenix.
Well, I think because in one thing I've learned to work doing the England thing is, man, do they have a lot. They call them bank holidays. Holy crap! Like every other week is a bank. It's a bank holiday.
Nice.
That's what I'm saying. Here's another thing I would run on, right? Like,
Duncan?
Yeah, the world runs on Duncan. I would mandate a day. We got to have a federal holiday every month. Well, who's voting against that? Other than like business owners and stuff.
They may not.
Yeah, maybe.
Good at business.
Yeah, let's see every month. Even
Yeah,
if
What
so
would your August holiday be?
my birthday, obviously.
That would be the federal holiday.
Yeah, of course. Well, because here's the thing: if I was in the position to make that, if I was running things,
Running things.
then yeah. No, I don't know what the hell is in August.
Back to school.
Yeah, didn't used to be that way. I used to be the day after the Tuesday after Labor Day was when everybody started. Well, I don't know. We come up with something like
Summer celebration.
I was just gonna say that some sort of summer family, whatever. It's a holiday day, but there's got to be a cause or a thing or someone who died or a whatever something.
Why make it someone who died?
Well, because most of the important people have died long ago. So there's got to be somebody who's
we
not
got to get a
some-
new person that died.
Yeah,
Family and Friends Day.
yeah, there you go. Absolutely. It's what's wrong with that? It's an August Monday. Says the guy with the family larger than ours put together, but we're dork for bringing up spending time with them. It's in August. It's a summertime, so it's a Monday. You're encouraged. 3-day weekend. It's national.
Oh, it's a Monday, not a Friday.
Well, wouldn't you want it on? Aren't Monday 3-day weekends better than Fridays? I always felt like they were because you get the holiday, and then, oh, man, we only have 4 days to work.
Okay.
I understand it works in the reverse where it's
Friday's always a good day anyway. So
yeah, exactly. So okay, well, see right there, that's how that debate right there. That's how Congress should work. We just solved it in like 20 seconds, and it's just what is it on Monday? It's encouraging. Hey, get out, go barbecue at a park with your family. Invite some friends over. Maybe not go to Yosemite. Holy crap! You've been reading about that? Jeez, I guess they got rid of the reservations, and now it's like. Lines and lines, and like people are there for hours. What a.
Now I have reservations about going.
Woof. What a pit. That's so gross. Why would you take away? Someone's gonna have to explain that to me. I know we got a break here, but what? In what world do you say? First come, first serve. What could go wrong? Chris has an opinion. Anyways, Love Me Tender Day on Elvis's death day in August. No disrespect.
It's a good one.
No, I know. I'm not the Elvis guy everybody is. All right. Well,
Chris and I are huge Elvis
guys.
Elvis
guys, right? Well, I also have PTSD from Elvis' death day with Don Geronimo. All right, look.
You Don Geronimo?
Sounds good. We'll take a break. Purposely didn't bring it up in the first segment because once we start talking about it, we're understandably not going to stop talking about it. And that's kind of what's going on today. Let's just call this show a Rick Adelman tribute show. Like old sitcoms that they take like on a very special episode. Like that's kind of what today is. And we're going to, look, Brendan Nunez is going to do a preview of Mikael Brown Jr. at 6:44. We'll have 3 for Madness. There was a huge, massive trade. A trade so big.
Couple of them.
I was going to say, a trade so blockbuster in the NFL that there was a massive trade that kind of got swept under the rug as well. So we'll talk NFL and 3 for Madness. We'll talk NFL at 8:28. But we're gonna honor Coach Rick Adelman today. It was a tough day yesterday. He passed, and I said something the other day. I said I'm a Kings fan, and so much stuff has happened. Nothing can hurt me. Well, duh. Like it just seems like when it rains, it pours. And obviously, our thoughts are with his family. We'll remember him. We'll remember the good times. What kind of person he was. Brad Miller is going to join us towards the end of the show to talk about it. Doug Christie will join us as well. Both obviously played for him. Jason, I really invite you guys to look to, unless you can listen all the way through, to be here at 9 a.m. Because you're going to replay an interview you and Doug, then your colleague, did with Rick. How many years ago?
It was right before the Hall of Fame. He and then C-Webb and Yolanda. So 21 maybe? 5 years ago.
Yeah,
so,
okay.
4 or 5 years ago.
And I remember hearing that live, and that is an absolute.
It's just good to hear him. I know it's.
Yeah. So we'll do all that. Today is about Coach Adelman. We'll take a break. We'll come back, and we'll talk about that next.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento's best selection, best quality, and lowest prices on kitchen and bath products are at the new Anova Cabinet and Stone. For a limited time, get stunning new quartz countertops starting at just $159. That's right, only $159 for gorgeous quartz countertops. Listen to this. For a limited time, cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms are up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off new cabinets. It's a must-see, the new Anova Cabinet and Stone at Florin Road and Highway 99. Learn more at AnovaCabinetStone.com.
Did you try my Colombian tamales? They're delicious.
Yes, but the Mexican tamales I brought are better.
Colombian tamales wrapped in plantain leaves are unmatched, you know.
But the Mexican tamales wrapped in corn husks are the authentic ones.
At least we can agree that they taste better with Pepsi.
Without a doubt. Can you pass me a straw?
You mean a pitillo?
Tamales deserve Pepsi.
Today, we're talking about how you don't have to earn more when you can save more. Okay, so you brought me this stat. T-Mobile customers had the lowest wireless bills versus Verizon and AT&T over the past 5 years. That seems surprising.
Yeah, when I first heard it, I thought, okay. But when the experts at HarrisX broke it down, it was true for millions of families.
They have a 5-year price guarantee on experience plans and America's Best Network, plus lower bills. I'm not hearing any sacrifice here.
Which is what people need right now. Reliability, predictability. Affordable wireless service isn't a perk. It's a difference. And listeners, if you don't believe me, you can check it out at T-Mobile.com/switch.
Best mobile network based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025. Price guarantee on talk, text, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Based on HarrisX billing snapshots from Q3 21 to Q4 25 compared to average AT&T and Verizon bills. Comparison excludes discounts, credits, and optional charges. For more details, see harrisx.com/T-Mobile-bills.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. What's up? It's Matt George. What's good? It's Alan Stiles.
With the most trusted voices in the community.
This is Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kayla Anderson.
It's Whitey Gleason.
Ready to help promote your business, both as partners and customers. All you have to do is ask. Pick up the phone, dial pound 250 and say, grow my business to get connected with a team member today. That's pound 250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples all at no cost or obligation to you. With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento. So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Gradual breakers. You keep your eyes on the road, so you've seen it all. As long as it all happened directly in front of you. Like a Swedish masseuse, your foot knows exactly the right amount of pressure to apply to the brake. That's why your passengers feel totally relaxed with you behind the wheel and occasionally super sleepy. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Nine 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
So when word of Coach Rick Adelman passing yesterday came across the wire, I'm sure you, me, a lot of us, a lot of you listening right now, you know, there were texts coming in and talking to people and did you hear? And, you know, like stuff happens like that. And you want to, you know, make sure everybody knows, talk it out, whatever it is. And then you go to, for us at least, you know, okay, well, what do we want to do tomorrow? How do we want to do it? Obviously, that trumps just about everything. And it occurred to me in the process of texting some folks, some have been coached by him or around him, whatever you were doing the same, Jason. It occurred to me, so it's 2026. Rick Adelman coached from 99 to 08?
06.
06. Okay. So, do you remember the 2006 year? Nothing specific, but if I showed you highlights, this, that, I imagine you would, oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that, right? It occurred to me when we're talking about this today that almost the exact same time has passed since Rick Adelman's last game as head coach, as in 2006, it would be the equivalent of something that happened the year the Kings came to Sacramento in 1985. Mm-hmm. I say that because I know that, when we get numbers and stuff, I know that there's a large swath of our audience. Look, the bulk is, 35, 25, 54, that range. But I know there's a lot of people that are under 30. So let's do the math here. If you're 30 years old, you were born in 1996, which means that you were 10 years old during Coach Adelman's last season. You were 5, 6, 7 during the glory days. So this would be the equivalent, at least for me, I was trying to put it in my age. This would be just about the equivalent for you and I and people in our age group of doing something for somebody who was a important figure in 83, 84, 85. And I say that only because I want our younger audience to know that, A, we're aware of that, and B, this is one of those times where even if you didn't experience the whole thing, even if you don't remember the whole thing, we always talk about and I don't know a better way to put it, Jason, the brighter side of these things that happen that are terrible and sad is that we get to spend a day celebrating Coach Adelman. Yeah. And I am that specific. I hate why we're doing it, but I will, and I know you will talk about Coach Adelman all day long and twice on Sundays. So if you don't remember, maybe you didn't live here, maybe Coach Adelman doesn't resonate with you like he does with us and with so many listening right now, I would just invite you to listen to as much as you can today and learn about Coach Adelman because he was a special, special dude to this community.
Absolutely. Obviously, besides the accolades, a Hall of Fame coach, the winningest coach, he's a part of that fabric of that team that gets so much attention, maybe at times too much, because, people turn the page. That was it was. But, I mean, today of all days is a time to reflect on him. And I know I told you this a while ago because it's the only way I can put it for me. And I think it resonated with you a little bit when you said to me, if I remember right, like, your coach of the Giants is Roger Craig.
That's right.
Correct? Like, that's your guy. There's been other coaches, maybe one Boach. Others have done. It's not about six. Like, that's
Roger Craig. Yep.
And to me, Terry Donahue was for UCLA, and he passed. He was with the Niners, and when he passed a few years ago, I was like, oh, man, that's my coach.
Yes.
Like, never coached me, but that's the name that I think of with UCLA football.
Yep.
So Rick Adelman, growing up in Southern California, I knew the Kings, but then when I got here, Gary St. Jean was here, and a few more years, and St. might have, I was at the tail end of his, and there was like a year and a half of Eddie Jordan. And then, boom, here comes Rick Adelman. So I'm starting radio. I'm in my career a little bit. And then, obviously, the Kings take off. But he's my coach.
Yep.
Like, he is the one. And if someone comes in and ultimately wins a championship, maybe, I don't know. But it's more of I wouldn't even say formative years, but, like, there's something, obviously, about him with his success.
Right.
And how good he was, how much fun those teams were. But he's my coach.
I think that's so well said, Jason. And everyone's different. But I would throw this out there. New coach comes in, wins a championship? I don't think so. No,
maybe not.
Because I think it's the first love corollary.
Yeah.
And so Bruce Bochy came in, you mentioned it, he won 3 titles.
Yeah.
Guess what? Roger Craig's my guy. I love Boch, but Roger's my guy.
I think Doug has a chance because of his like if Will Clark came in and won a bunch because he's connected to Roger. Like, I don't know.
No. You're absolutely right.
Maybe, but
if Roger Craig took over if Will Clark
or Kevin Mitchell, Matt Williams.
If Will Clark, it would have to be Will. If Will someday took over the Giants, maybe. And you're right. With the connection Doug has to Rick in those times, it would be like a perfect extension.
Yeah.
Look,
Rick's the guy.
Exactly. And I want to address this once, because, listen, let's just be honest. We work for you. I don't want to hide from it. I just don't know how to answer it because I don't know. Get a lot of people in the aftermath of the news about Coach. Some are upset he hasn't been more honored. Some would look, if it was up to me, there'd be the Rick Adelman statue. We've talked about it for a long, long time, and there's nothing that can be done He is passed. That's not going to happen while he's here. So fine.
But it doesn't mean it can't be done now.
Doesn't mean it can't be done now. Now, I was talking with, not to seem insensitive, but I think it's a little bit different here because somebody cynical might say, well, hold on a second. The guy was here for 7 seasons. He didn't win a championship. And by the way, how many other teams, and I don't know the answer to this, how many other teams honor their coaches or raise it in the rafters or do they have a ring of honor? I truly don't know what the air quotes appropriate thing would be for Coach. I love the statue idea, but it has to be right. Like it can't be like, like you have the Jerry Reynolds media entrance or the Gary, but they've been here forever. Mm-hmm. So with Coach, it's like, do you do a statue? Honestly, me personally, I wouldn't mind seeing initials next year on the jersey.
Yeah,
but that's up to the Kings. They're going to do what they, they're going to try to handle it the right way. Let's put it this way: I don't think there's anybody listening to this show, and I don't think there's a single Kings fan out there that at any point would utter the sentence, you're kind of honoring him too much.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't see that happening.
Yeah, my pushback on if there's anybody questioning me, it was 8 years. All 8 years they made the playoffs.
Yeah.
A couple of them they were threats to win obviously they didn't. But honest question, what's the difference between Weber, Vlade, and Peja who have jerseys retired?
I couldn't be with
all of their careers weren't here.
Right.
They were great here. They deserve it. I'm not questioning that.
Yes.
I'm just saying why wouldn't he be in that same group?
I couldn't agree with you more.
So whether it's jersey, whether it's I like the Ring of Honor idea, not necessarily for Adelman, even just for there's several tweeners that you go like maybe even the O2 team or Mike or Doug or Bobby that you're like, yeah, maybe not I don't know. I like the Ring of Honor and then like maybe a special spot as the jersey or statue, but Adelman definitely to me it should have already happened. So it didn't, so that's fine, but let's not miss the step now of not honoring him.
I couldn't agree with you more. And I think there's probably you get smart people to think about it long enough. There's probably something, whether you call it a Ring of Honor, there's got to be something with like the Kings and Court and there's got to be some sort of honorary thing that they could do to tie it in, alliterate, whatever.
Yep.
And I would just say this too. Unfortunately, look, great move with Gary Gerald.
Yes.
Obviously, it's not going to happen with Coach Adelman. But here's the other thing to think about. Jeff Petrie's local, and that's another one.
Yeah.
And he's right there. And I think I speak for every single fan out there, would love to see something with Jeff. Well, because I believe Jeff and Coach were right around the same age. I think
so. Yeah.
So look, we got a whole show planned around the memory of Coach Adelman, and obviously anything you guys want to share, how you remember him, favorite memory of him. And by the way, we're also not going to pretend that Coach Adelman was a stand-up comedian, outgoing slapstick vaudeville guy. Like
sneaky funny though.
Yes, he was sneaky funny. Yeah, that sense of humor out of nowhere. Coach was an ethical, honest, moral, straight to the point, did not really trust the media, understandably, scratchy sometimes, gruff sometimes, how he would come off. But that was his protective outer shell to the world. You talk to anybody that played for him, anybody that interacted with him on a regular basis, absolute sweetheart of a human being. So we're going to explore that today. And intermittently, we'll do some other show stuff. So when we come back, Brendan Nunez preview of Mikael Brown Jr. And then we'll get to 3 for Madness, which is football related. That's our way of really doing a lot of our coverage of the trades yesterday. And then we'll get back to, because of course, Jason, the news of Coach Adelman yesterday. And today's the 24th anniversary of Game 7. So, hey, Kings fans, we're all in it together right here on Sactown Sports.
Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes...
Your dog is limping. But she seems fine. Plus, you've heard they can fake it just to get what they want. So what's the deal now? You're being gaslit.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Oh, now she switched legs. What a diva.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Support comes from Amazon Business. Free your team from time-consuming procurement tasks. Discover smart business buying where unmatched selection meets AI-driven tools to simplify complex processes so you can focus on what matters most. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Wendy's new Biggie Deals lets you choose whatever you're in the mood for. It's like a music mixing board of deals, and you're the producer. Go with some chill folk music with a JBC in the $4 Biggie Bite snack. Try the drum and bass of deals with a double stack and a $6 Biggie bag. Or go full-on sandwich symphony with an $8 Biggie bundle, the grand finale of snacking. And the best part? They all come with napkins. $4, $6, and $8 Biggie Deals how you want them at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Sacramento. Get ready because the Fasteners Inc. Super Sale is back on Friday, June 12th and Saturday, June 13th. Stop by Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet on Power In Road for crazy deals on Milwaukee tools. We're talking 20% off all Milwaukee Packout, hand tools, and tool accessories. Free goods and dollars off your order and certain spend amounts. And overall insane deals on Milwaukee batteries and Bear tools again. June 12th from 7 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. and June 13th from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet. Visit fastenersinc.net for more info.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account. When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything. Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
We'll get to this later, of course, with more Coach Adelman talk. I saw this yesterday from our friend Sam Amick, who will join us Thursday.
Samick.
I know I'm shamelessly pumping the poll here.
He said a quick Rick Adelman story that's worth sharing. The late, great Marty McNeil. Already I'm in.
Stay up.
What's up, young
Hey,
bud?
young fella, stay up.
Marty was one of the only reporters who Rick trusted during his time with the Kings. He was the beat writer. So one day when I'm a mid-20s backup beat writer who has no clue what he's doing, I make the mistake of sharing something Rick told Marty with one of our editors at the Sacramento Bee. This got back to Marty, who ripped me a new one for breaching the confidence of someone who was already wary of media. It was a teaching moment that always stuck with me and was rooted in Rick's choice to be very discerning about who he let in. He was extremely private, but those who knew him best absolutely loved him. And I can't, I don't want to be cheeseball, but I read that story and I was just imagining Coach running into Marty yesterday, and Marty just having the tape recorder out, having his split Giants Jets hat or whatever. Hey, Coach, how you been? Yo. I got a few questions for you. That does make me smile, and I wonder if we can get Sam to share. What it was he told the editor.
That'd be good to know.
Because I'll bet you it was benign. I'll bet you it was really benign.
He might still have some reservations.
That's what I wonder, right? That would be funny. We'll see on Thursday. Brendan Nunes has been doing what do we call him? The Sactown scouting reports.
That's what you want them called.
No.
Oh, you want it Sactown
Sports Scouting Reports.
It's Sactown Scouting Reports.
It's obvious. Mine is obviously better. It's not like mine. I'm just saying it's right there. Sactown Sports. And
Scouting Reports.
Exactly. How hard would it be to AI out some,
You said too much.
Way too much.
Too much.
Too
many words.
Too many words.
No, not if you sing it.
Yeah, we could. I would have. You could get a couple of us to sing it, and then you do the thing where you make it sound like there's 30 people. Sactown Sports Scouting Reports.
Apparently, that's what it was going to be called to begin with, but then Richie came back with, "Get rid of the sports. It's cleaner that way."
All right. I mean, look, Richie's doing a great job at that stuff. We agree to disagree. But I don't think people care about that part. I think they care about the Mikel Brown part, and here's Brendan with that.
It's time for your Sactown Scouting Report, breaking down the top prospects for the Sacramento Kings ahead of the 2026 NBA Draft.
Mikel Brown Jr., point guard, Louisville.
Feels like Mikel Brown Jr. doesn't get talked about enough for some reason. The upside is there, just like people like with some of the other guard prospects. He can shoot it off the dribble deep from beyond the arc, play with a lot of pace, and already has a level of ball screen comfort that stands out for a young guard. The combination of shooting and creation give him a notable upside at the NBA level, something that the Kings could definitely use.
Read the entire breakdown from Brendan Nunes right now at SactownSports.com. Presented by Power Business Technology. Copiers and printers for all your office needs.
All right, so I'm, of course, going to focus on the least important part of that. Can we get a ruling? Is it Mikel?
I heard two Mikels.
I heard two Mikels. That was Mikel.
Okay.
But am I mixing that up? Well, hold on. Isn't the Niners rookie last year, the defensive guy, isn't that a Mikel? Mykel, I think.
Yes.
Mikel.
Bridges?
Well, Chris is
Mikel Brown Jr.'s first name is pronounced Mikel, similar to the name Michael.
Mikel. Okay, so it's not Mikel.
Michael.
It's not like McDonald's.
No.
It's like Michael. Okay, good. See, this is important stuff to learn.
Mikel Brown Jr. Yeah, it would be a name, I think. I mean, look, we've been talking about the four guards, potential point guards. He's one of them. Could be off the board, could be right there. It could be a choice for Scott Perry.
Can I tell you about some noise I heard yesterday?
Noise, yes, please.
I want to. Now, here's the thing. I got to be careful.
Did it go like chunk, 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 chunk?
It was more like.
Okay, well, just tell me.
No, that was it.
Oh,
yeah, I just heard a noise. No, it's silly season. But there are certain. Okay, let me just be transparent here. It is silly season. But then when you, me, anyone, you cover a team, you cover the sport for a long time, there are certain people that get your attention, even if they're not the principal. So I want to be very clear. I didn't talk to anybody in the Kings front office. Nobody. But somebody who's been right a bunch was talking to me yesterday saying the buzz is that it was basically don't keep your eye on the Kings trading up to secure Darius Sactown. Could be garbage. I'm just saying it. This is not a report. And then I was like, well, how? Because look, you got to think there's Brooklyn, the other two in front of them. It was
Clippers.
Like Brooklyn, the Clippers.
Unless one of the four don't go.
Right. The one that would probably make the most sense would be Memphis, except they're at 3. But if Memphis was at like 5 or 6, I'd be like, oh, okay, I can see that. Like Levine and, whatever, John Morant probably involves something, whatever. But they're not getting up to 3. I guess my question was this from hearing that. I don't know how they trade up, even if it's one spot. I don't know how they trade up without giving up future draft capital.
Yeah. And to me, I mean, this is my opinion. If you're trading up, go higher.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, go for one of the top 4.
And look, we always talk about, like, well, in retrospect, like if the Kings had taken Shai Gilgeous-Alexander instead of, if you know that's your guy, maybe that's how they feel about Acuff.
Yeah.
But you better be right.
Right.
You better be right. You cannot be wrong about that. So it'll be. Can we just get the draft to happen, please? Golly. We'll take a break when we come back. 3 for Madness, top of the hour. This is our way of scooting the football in there. We'll talk football again at 8:28, and then pretty much everything else is going to be Coach Adelman or Coach Adelman adjacent. So when we come back, the Browns make a trade. What does that mean for the Niners? And really, what does that mean for the Rams? Also, I have an opinion that I want to share with you on the winner of this trade. It may not be what you think. Oh, there's a tease. We'll talk about it right after this.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey,
we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome. Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Your business moves fast. Your bank should keep up. At Valley Strong Credit Union, business banking is built for momentum with tools that help you manage cash flow, streamline payments, and fuel growth. Right now, there's never been a better time to switch. Open a new Valley Strong business account and get 3 months of business banking products and services free, up to $750 in value to power your next big move. Because when your business runs stronger, the whole Valley does too. Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your business, grow your future at valleystrong.com/business.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Will?
When I was 50, my whole life fell apart. I lost my job, I lost my wife, I lost the house, I lost pretty much everything except for my life. When the IRS came calling, I just didn't have it in me. I felt like Wile E. Coyote, just waiting for that IRS anvil to drop.
Then Will found tax relief advocates.
I heard their advertisement on the radio, I wrote down the number, and I made the call that changed everything. The IRS gave me a bill for $40,000. Tax Relief Advocates got that down to $3,200. I've paid 9 cents on the dollar. Now that's a great deal in anybody's book.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Will did and call TRA for a consultation.
But for me, the real win is I got my life back.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-488-2578. 800-488-2578. That's 800-488-2578.
No way. Gas prices shot up again.
I know, but I got us covered.
So generous. What's your deal?
What's my deal? I went to Metro and saved. Got 4 lines for just $25 each and 4 free new Samsung Galaxy A17 5G phones and all on the T-Mobile network.
Ah, how about we go to Metro today?
Get that more for your money feeling. Visit your Metro by T-Mobile store. Just bring your numbers. Not available if you've been with Metro or T-Mobile in the past 180 days.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy. Pretty much hands off, They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief. The best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
KHD 1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
I don't know, Jason, if you've seen they're trying to put together a concert for the 250th anniversary of America, right? It's like
a lot of people are dropping it.
Yeah, I saw that, but Vanilla Ice, I saw Milli Vanilli on there, and I have a legit.
Not that Milli Vanilli.
That's what my legit question is, because I don't want to make light of it. You would always say is it Milli or is it Vanilli? But I do know one of the original faces passed a few years ago. So is it the people that actually sang? Or I know it was Rob and Fab, and honestly, I can't remember. I'm sorry which one off the top of my head is no longer with us. But is it the other one and somebody? I don't know. But anyways, it's not important. Somebody went back and looked. So the 200th anniversary of America in 1976, they also did a concert. Elvis Presley, Peter Frampton, Aerosmith, Paul Anka, Bob Hope, Walter Cronkite. What is he doing? What is he doing? Santana, The Who, The Beach Boys, apparently The Who again. I think they just wrote that twice. The Miracles, Lionel Hampton, Ringo Starr, Moody Blues, Three Dog Night, of course, America. The OJs, Hank Williams Jr., LaToya Jackson. Well, okay. The Mississippi Delta Blues Band, the United States Marine Band, the U.S. Army, Navy, and Air Force bands, and the All-City marching bands. Man, that's a show. That's a show. Gotta do that. What was it?
Just run that back.
What did Robin Williams say in Good Morning Vietnam? Don't D around. Get the Beach Boys. Well, they got the Beach Boys. We probably can't get the Beach Boys now. We can get the John Stamos Beach Boys.
Oh, yeah. A version of them.
And the one with Kevin Love's uncle or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's that. I don't know, man. Aerosmith's still around, kind of.
Yeah.
Bring them. I think they retired. Bring them.
I don't think they retired. Or
I thought Steven Tyler's voice was jacked or something. I don't know. Anyways, 3 for Madness. Question 1.
The Browns traded the best defensive player in football to the Rams. Grade the trade.
Grade the trade. I think this is one of, we don't see it that often. I absolutely love this trade for both sides. Obviously, let's talk about the Rams first. You just grabbed the best defensive player in football, one of the best defensive players of all time, the all-time sack king now for a single season, at the peak of his powers, right? Like, and we'll never know. I personally believe that the Rams were the second best team in the NFL last year. I think the Rams would have beaten the Patriots or the Broncos in the Super Bowl, and I thought the Seahawks-Rams matchups were amazing. And I think Matt Stafford winning the MVP, coming back, and then watching a backup get taken, his backup quarterback with the 12 pick or whatever it was kind of a slap in the face. Well, now they help Matt Stafford a little bit, maybe not in the traditional sense of a running back, wide receiver, whatever, offensive lineman, but Myles Garrett is going to make that team better. The Rams have never been draft pick. That's kind of a motto of them. Blank those draft picks is what they say. I think it's a great move for the Rams, and holy crap now, and we'll talk about this later, the NL West. On the other side, this is a very disciplined, mature, dare I say, forward-thinking move for the Cleveland Browns. Myles Garrett's locked into a $40 million a year contract. Jared Verse, Myles is what, 30, 31. Jared Verse is a super stud, and that's not just because, by the way, I should say Florida State's Jared Verse, of course. He's 25 years old. He's making like $4 million a year for the next 2-3 years on his rookie deal. So you go from 40 to 4. Jared Verse is not Myles Garrett. Let's be very clear on that. But he's not in a different continent as Myles Garrett either. This guy is an absolute super stud. Could the draft pick compensation been a little bit more? You could argue that for sure. But they open up a ton of money. They get a great young player that they have full control over. They get draft picks, and they're not competing next year. So what do you get? You're going to have Myles Garrett. This is like the Max Crosby thing. You're just going to have Myles Garrett chilling and sacking people, and okay, cool. You're 5-12, rad. No, this is a forward-thinking move. I like it for both sides. I really do.
Yeah, I think today, like if we're grading today, it's unfair because we don't know what the picks will turn into. It advantage Rams, but that's today because – we're going off of the assumption that Garrett is a 2-time defensive player of the year. He's a 5-time Pro Bowler. But I'm with you on Verse. I think Verse is a really good defensive player. And then what do the picks turn into? It's a first, a second, and a third. Draft picks are gold in the NFL. If they parlay that into just 3 fines for the organization, it's going to swing the other way at some point. But to me, it's the Rams going for it. The Rams are really good. LA's always been a star town and city amongst all the sports, the Lakers, the Dodgers. I mean, everybody goes for it. Mm-hmm. Rams are going for it. They're really good, and they're like, you know what? Super Bowl's in our stadium this year.
Yeah.
We want to host it. We want Myles Garrett playing there.
It really is.
It's a good trade.
It really is a good trade. Also, this has nothing to do with any of that, but I found myself thinking this randomly yesterday when I was looking at all the analysis, and I kind of went down a mini rabbit hole just to figure it out, or try to. What the hell is Merrill Hodge?
He was making great points somewhere else,
right?
Not nationally, that we see every day.
Why? What? How is Merrill Hodge not bad? Merrill Hodge was awesome, and one of our favorite clips of all time is him and Skip Bayless debating Johnny Manziel, and Merrill Hodge just looking like he came from the future, and Skip looking like Skip usually does, like a clueless ass. Apparently, he was part of ESPN layoffs a few years ago, like 2019 or something, and I went and tried to read what the hell he's doing right now. He's not done. Maybe it's voluntary. Yeah. Maybe he's just like, hey, I did it. I'm cool. I'm going to play golf all the time. But man, the sports world needs Merrill Hodge. Yeah. Bring Merrill Hodge. Can I start that movement?
Yeah.
Bring Merrill Hodge back. Question 2, please.
Question 2.
Are the 49ers completely screwed now?
Family Schlegel with a comment in the chat, saying that because the 250th concert is going to be outdoors apparently, and if Milli Vanilli for some reason had to cancel, do you think they'd blame it on the rain?
Got to blame it on something.
Got to blame it on something. Why not blame it on the rain? Are the 49ers screwed? Kinda. Now look, it's football. It's football. Injuries can happen, number one. Number two, teams every year do worse than they're supposed to, and every year do better than they're supposed to. Also, by the way, maybe the Niners do something. I don't know. Although it seems like the Niners' response would be something like, sign Joey Bosa or something. I don't know. But the NFC West is a monster. And you may remember last year, Jason, there was a point where, like, at the end of the year, pretty much any of those three teams could have been the one seed in the NFC. And it ends up the team that came out of there ends up winning the Super Bowl. Monsters. That is a monster division, and it just got better. Are they screwed? I don't know if they're screwed, but it's hard to see them coming out of the NFC right now.
Yeah, it's going to be more difficult. Obviously, the defending champs, as you said, are there. The Rams got better, seemingly. But I think the key to what you said at the beginning of that is injuries.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I think the Niners were really good last year, even through injuries. But I would have liked to seen them have Warner all year.
Yeah.
Bosa all year.
Yeah.
Other guys that got hurt during the year, they had the whole Ayuk thing at the beginning of the year. So they're still super talented. They still have a lot of great players, but their schedule was also a little bit favorable last year. So it's going to be a challenge for them. And it may come down to those 4 games, the Rams and the Seahawks. Can they get 1 or 2 or split or sweep one of them? I mean, that'll be a big difference.
It certainly seems where we sit right now. And again, that's where we sit right now in the beginning of June, and lots of things will change. Not maybe, they will change. But right now, on the outside, you look at it and you go, well, it does seem like the Niners are kind of the odd team out. Like the best, it's like you got the Seahawks and Rams, or however where you want to put them. And then there's the Bears, the Niners. There's that second echelon. Maybe Detroit comes out, Minnesota. I don't know.
Eagles,
golly, yeah, for real. And
someone will win the South.
Someone will win the South. Although I told you, I'm going to reiterate it, man. I'm going to reiterate it. Last year, I'm getting pretty good at this stuff, by the way, because last year my NFL, I'm going to pat myself on the back a little bit. Last year, my team to watch was the Bears, and the Bears bared. Yeah, remember last year, my team to watch in the NBA was the Spurs?
Mm-hmm.
The Spurs are spurring. Year before that, Thunder, that wasn't really going on a limb. I'm just going to reiterate, man, my team to watch this year, the New York Football Giants. Now, I do not believe they're going to bear like the Bears did last year, but I think if things go right for the Giants, I know this sounds nuts. 8-9, 9-8, 8-9.
Okay.
They did add Odell Beckham Jr.
They did.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
Does he still have anything?
We'll find out.
Yeah. Number 3, please.
Question 3.
Are the Rams now your Super Bowl favorite?
No. Look, you gotta. Here's the thing about Seattle is, on one hand, we talked about with the Thunder. By the way, it's sport to sport that every team that plays Seattle now, it's their Super Bowl, and it is tough to repeat. And if you ask me, how do I make this make sense, Jason? I don't think the Seahawks are going to repeat, but I think they're the favorite. Like, ultimately,
based on respect from a year ago,
exactly. And you also, I think it's important to remember too, the Seahawks are a young team. Like, I'm not going to say they're Spurs young, but last year, had they lost in the NFC Championship or Super Bowl, I think the narrative around them would have been a lot of, man, they're coming. They're going to be a problem, though. Like, they're just not there yet. I think very similar to if the Spurs had lost to the Thunder. But they won the whole thing. And now they have that experience, and they've seen how to do it. And they have another year of pretty good stability. I mean, some ins and outs. So the Rams are going to be phenomenal. The Seahawks are going to be phenomenal. It's a coin flip to me as to who comes out on top. And Myles Garrett might get Sam Darnold seeing ghosts again like he used to. But you know how it's going to – you and I both know exactly what's going to happen, which is it's going to be neither of them. It's going to be some rando-ass team or the Bears or the Eagles or whoever that come out of the NFC, because that's the NFL.
Well, a little bit. And if it's not even the NFC, last year New England, 14 wins, and they got to the Super Bowl. They traded for A.J. Brown.
Yep.
So Denver won 14.
Mm-hmm. And Knicks got hurt,
right?
And that completely changed everything.
Yeah, will Kansas City be back?
Yes.
Will, a different team in the AFC kind of sneak in there. The Chargers, I don't know. I think that's part of the fun. I mean, I could imagine the Rams being the Vegas Super Bowl favorite.
Yeah.
But I'd lean towards if you got a chance to take a few more teams or the field, I would do that.
Did you say the Browns?
I think I said the Browns
yeah.
first. I meant the Rams.
You meant the Rams.
Did
Okay.
I say the Browns? I know.
You said I could
somewhere.
see the Browns being the Vegas favorite, and for a second I thought you were making a totally different point.
Sorry.
Oh. No, I got
the Rams. But I don't know that I would. Not that I shouldn't trust it. I just think football is the most. I mean, one game when you get to the playoffs, it could be a team that's 16-1, home field, and then they lose. You're like, oh, what happened? Well, they had a great year, but they didn't win the playoff game. Yeah. That's why the NFL's great.
It really, really is, dude. Because
I mean, what's funny is like New England had the sneaky surprise year, and they just added A.J. Brown. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I feel like, oh, I'm picking the Patriots to win the AFC. I'm just not.
I saw some numbers, too, and I wish I had saved them. I probably should have. Somebody did kind of a deep dive on A.J. Brown. Was like, he's better than we think, and was going through like routes run and percentage of this and that. It was all these different.
It's just a weird finish though in Philly.
It really is, and it makes you think that. It makes you think like I don't know what. A.J. Brown got help. A.J. Brown had a great quarterback. A.J. Brown has a great coach. A.J. Brown won a Super Bowl. But if there's one thing that's tried and true about the NFL and wide receivers specifically, most of them are just weirdos.
Yeah.
And it's part of what makes them great. But I don't know that there's another position in any sport that is more consistently than wide receiver in the NFL.
Yeah, the diva label works.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah. Also, and apparently there's smoke here. Not fire necessarily, but I see some very serious people that have very good reputations that are saying, do not sleep on Aaron Donald coming out of retirement for the Rams. I think it was Trey Wingo yesterday was talking about it. Wow. And Donald is, you saw this last year, to be fair, he's posting videos of him working out and doing all kinds of stuff and, with cryptic, like, stay tuned or whatever the hell. But I'm starting to see like more than a couple that are like, keep your eye on Aaron Donald coming out of retirement and lining up with Myles Garrett. Now, the first question, of course, is, okay, what does Aaron Donald have left? But I mean, he's 35. He's not 45, number one. Number two, when he retired, he was still a badass. Like, it wasn't like he was falling off. I think when he retired, he was either the most or second most double-team guy in the league and was still putting numbers up.
Yeah, and I would think the time off would be helpful for him.
Absolutely.
As opposed to like, oh, what did he lose? And just body preservation is what he did.
And he's one of those guys that it doesn't matter. He is in phenomenal shape year round. He'll probably be one of those guys we see at like 45 and he's just still an Adonis.
Yeah.
God, can you imagine? I don't care if he's been out of the league a couple years. Can you imagine trying to line up against Myles Garrett? I don't care if it's a old half good Aaron Donald. That's pick your poison, dude. Right. So, yeah, keep your eye on that. In the meantime, you're exactly right about the NFL, and obviously I can't wait. Many of you can't wait to get into the season itself, but there's just so many questions. Like, we're talking about the Seahawks, Rams, and 49ers. It's like, well, what about the Cardinals? Are they going to do anything? And then you look at the Cardinals, and you're like, well, they're voluntarily starting. How are they starting? What is it? Isn't it Geno Smith? Didn't Geno go over there? Am I mixing stuff up?
Is that where he went?
Where the hell did he go?
I forgot where Geno went. Didn't Geno go back to the Jets?
Oh, no, Geno did go to the Jets. Who the hell's starting in Arizona? Is it Jacoby Brissett?
Oh, he might still be there.
Yeah, I don't know because I know Kyler Murray is in Minnesota now.
Right.
Also, what's going to happen with Minnesota? What about Jacksonville and Houston? The Colts getting what's his face back?
Daniel Jones.
Danny
Jones. Dimes.
Yeah, Danny Dimes. I love your question, which I think is great. Is like, are we sleeping on the Chiefs?
Right.
Like, are the Chiefs? It just seems like the Chiefs do not exist right now in the world of Super Bowl contenders, and I don't know. Maybe for a reason. Maybe they're capped out. Maybe they're too old. I don't know.
The Bills, is it finally their time? Can the Ravens find their form again?
Yeah, with with John Harbaugh gone now, and What can Harbaugh do? That's another reason Harbaugh with the Giants too. I love that. What the hell's going to go on with? God, there are so many. We're sitting here at the start of June. It's like there are so many questions. The NFL is just so up in the air. And Seahawks, Rams, Broncos, Patriots certainly are your top echelon with your Niners, your Bears, your Eagles, all that. Could the Cowboys finally put something together? Probably. Okay, all right, I get it. But, that's the beauty of the NFL is guess what? There's going to be a team we didn't mention that's going to win a division.
Yeah, I mean, isn't it? I know there's a ton of years going, but, I mean, we should probably look at the last place teams.
Yeah.
And someone will win the division. Usually that happens every year. At least one of the teams. You just go, who would it be this year?
All right.
Ugh.
Okay, no, I got something for you, though.
I see it.
The Detroit Lions are not available.
Why?
Just because it's too easy.
Yeah, they were last,
We're chucking I'm football Jesus, and I'm coming down saying, Jason, there is a last place team that will win their division next year.
Okay.
And the Lions don't count. Because I think you and I would both pick the Lions in a heartbeat. So your nominees are the Jets, the Browns, the Titans, the Raiders, the Giants, the Saints, the Cardinals. Can we eliminate the Cardinals? Do you agree?
I don't see how they do it.
Okay.
I'm going to say no chance.
Eliminate the Cardinals.
No, I'm not going to eliminate them.
You're not going to eliminate the Titans?
The only reason I'm not eliminating the Titans, I think that division, the Jacksonville and Houston won a lot of games.
Yeah, they did.
That would be really tough for them. I don't think the Jets can do it.
Okay, so
I feel like it's Giants.
I think the Saints are a sneaky pick.
that
Not that
division.
I think they will, but it's the division as much as anything.
Giants and Saints would be my...
Browns? Yeah, I'm with you.
Maybe.
It's just the
I mean, you know what? I guess the thought there is, there's talk like Deshaun Watson really could win that job. And maybe if he finds that form,
holy crap, what a career arc.
Yeah.
If he did that.
I feel like those are the best teams. And then, you said no Lions. Did they tie with the worst with the Vikings?
Yeah.
Maybe Minnesota? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's a bad shout.
Gosh, it's hard to see, though, today. But that would have been last year. Like, Patriots, what? And then they won 14 games and got to the Super Bowl.
How would this have gone last year? Let's see.
Yeah, who was it? Yeah,
the Patriots were 4-13.
Who else? Anybody else?
The Bears were 5-12.
So and the Niners. Well, they didn't win the division.
They didn't win the division, but they were 6-11.
Bears and Patriots won the division.
You had two.
Yeah.
You had two.
Wow.
Is there any world... I've just got to ask, is there any world in which the Raiders could?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, there is.
I mean, you're dealing with the Broncos, Chargers, and Chiefs. Everyone talks about the NFC West, and they should, but woof.
Man, the AFC West. And remember, the Chiefs won, 7, 8 games?
6-11.
They were 6-11.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
They
were 6-11 with a plus 34, second in their division.
I mean, if I'm going to trust a team to bounce back, it's them, but it just feels like the Raiders are still a few players away. But they're starting the process.
They weren't last place, but I also wonder if a sneaky comeback team is the Commanders because of the injuries they had last year. I think that's an important thing to look at too. I mean, I don't know. In a perfect world, Fernando Mendoza is the end all be all.
Right.
We've talked about the Raiders. I would say my sneaky pick next year is going to be the Raiders won't be a last place team.
Okay.
Now that means the Chargers, Chiefs, or Broncos will, and if you're
hard to see that today.
It is really hard to see that today. But I love the moves they made on their line. I love the fact that I think Ashton Genty alone getting some of that line help is going to make a huge difference. Whether it's Mendoza or Cousins, you have two bona fide quarterbacks now. You're not screwing around, no offense. You're not screwing around with Aiden O'Connell or Gardner Minshew. You got two bona fide QBs. The fact that they were able to maintain and keep Max Crosby, all right, let's go. I love the Kwity Paye acquisition. I can't logically sit here and tell you how the Raiders are going to finish ahead of the Chargers, Chiefs, or Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the Raiders and Giants are going to surprise some people next year. But
it'll be fun.
We're
Fun
in
to
June.
see.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll take a break. When we come back, we're really going to lean in to honoring Coach Adelman, and with the good comes the bad, and it just so happens. This obviously you couldn't have planned this. I think I would say you couldn't have planned this any worse. Today is the 24-year anniversary of one of the worst, possibly worst, on-court things that have happened in Sacramento Kings history. We'll talk about it next.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's Tuesday, Election Day. Looking at mostly sunny skies, and after a comfortable kickoff to the day, temperatures on the way back up. It's going to look and feel a lot like yesterday. Plan for those highs to peak in the lower 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Oh, the Sacramento heat. Right now, get your AC professionally tuned up for as low as just $59 and enjoy your summer nice and cool. Plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com. Summer restrictions apply. License 696-355.
Power your drive with Mobil 1 motor oil. Buy 5 quarts, get $15 back, and score a fast and furious prize after rebate at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Support comes from Amazon Business. You can't rely on guesswork to run your business. With Smart Business Buying, innovative AI tools optimize your purchasing experience, paired with delivery options built for business. Empower your team today. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
When life calls for a little extra, a kitchen upgrade, paying off debt, or that dream vacation, Valley Strong Credit Union is here to help. With a Valley Strong home equity loan, you can tap into your home's value with competitive rates, flexible terms, and local guidance you can trust. Get approved in as little as 5 minutes, with funding in as few as 5 days. Your goals are within reach. Visit valleystrong.com to get your offer today. Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your possibilities. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 456506.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
It's a hot spot on your dog's leg. But the internet says you can treat it at home. You're not sure though, 'cause now it's oozing.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Ooh, he's licking it. Super gross, dude.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Covered subject to policy terms.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Well, just a reminder, Doug Christie, head coach of the Sacramento Kings, will be joining us at 8 o'clock. We'll reflect on his head coach, the greatest coach in Sacramento Kings history, Rick Adelman. So Doug will join us at 8 o'clock and at 9. I don't want you to miss it either. Dave, a few years back, Rick Adelman, Chris Webber, Yolanda Griffith. It was like a Sacramento tribute all going into the Hall of Fame at the same time. A few days before, Doug and I, when we were working in the afternoon, had a chance to talk to Coach Adelman. And we thought we'd, today of all days, replay that. So there's a lot of reflections on him, on his career, on Sacramento. But yeah, it's a fun interview. That's coming up at 9.
I remember hearing that live. And then, because Rick Adelman on the air in Sacramento is like must hear radio. There are, I could count on 5, maybe one hand. I was going to say 5 fingers, maybe one hand. Outside of like if someone got Tiger Woods, Sacramento must drop everything. Yeah, Weber would be one. Coach would be one. Probably Jason Williams would be one. Really tough. I think if Jason came on. But that was must-hear radio.
He offered us fried bologna sandwiches.
Who did?
Jason Williams.
They will. He was on then, too. That whole week, we had a bunch of people on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did you take him up on it?
I don't know when I'm going to be in West Virginia.
Oh, good point right there. So, but I remember listening to that, and it was just, and by the way, you're going to know exactly what I mean by this. You obviously did a wonderful job in that interview.
It's Doug.
Doug's presence there was just... Like it felt like, and look, I'm not just smooching on you here. That's a tough spot to be in because you were very Ernie Johnsoning the whole thing, but it felt like we were eavesdropping on a conversation between the two old friends.
Yeah, the one that definitely I felt that way 100% was when we had Weber on the same week.
Yeah, and
it was just like I just got to get out of the way
right.
Because it was really interesting to hear them talk, and it was. For both of them, it felt like a therapy session because they started talking about what didn't happen here. And I'm like, this is really powerful.
Yeah.
And I'm in the way, so.
No, and that's sometimes the best thing you can do. It's like the best move you can make is not make a move. The best thing you can do sometimes is step aside.
Yep.
It just so happens, ladies and gentlemen, that on a day where we are honoring and mourning Coach Rick Adelman, who meant so much, not just to this team, but to this community and media fans, anyone who's had any contact. The stories flowing in about, Coach Adelman and his wife were on a plane back from wherever, and we were there, and they just sat and talked basketball with us like a dad talking to his kids, or I ran into him at a school. You hear all these stories that you never heard come in. I've never, ever, not everyone's going to be cool to somebody the day after they pass, but in between here and the years before, I've never heard, not once, oh, man, that Rick Adelman.
Yeah.
No, he universally, when you dealt with him, he was a great guy in real life. And here we are today, the day after he passes, and it's the 24th anniversary of Game 7, 2002, Lakers-Kings.
Yeah. Going in could have been one of the greatest moments.
Yes.
And whether you say it's the worst or it's on the list, if it's not your worst moment,
it's the worst. I think it's the worst.
Okay, and that's fair. I'm not.
And we're talking on court, by the way. Not Let's.
And it'll be interesting if I remember right in the interview with Doug and I and Rick Adelman that will air at 9. I asked some sort of question along, because look, we're in the ring culture, and when you're talking about like great player, Barkley never won a championship.
Yeah.
Rick Adelman, like top 10 wins all time, never won a championship. It was so close with the Blazers, close here. I asked him some sort of question kind of framed around that, like memories of that. He's like, it's awful.
Yeah.
Like it felt like, ooh, I hit a fresh wound, like in its 20 plus years.
That's right.
And so, coaches are built that way. It's the games they don't win that bother them more than you won thousands of games and have big wins. And it's like, yeah, it's awful.
I wonder obviously that's going to come up at some point with Doug today.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate asking about it.
Yeah.
It's like asking about something, not the same thing, but it's like asking about, like, hey, remember when your grandpa died? It's like, jeez.
But that's the point on Doug. I know. I just know this. He likes to coach. He likes to teach. But he wants to win this so badly for the fans that didn't get it then. And it's a little bit of indication for that group.
Yeah.
But they're far away from that right now. But that's what's driving him.
I can't even think. We were talking about worst moments, right? I can't even think of one that I'm trying to think like what is second? Game 6, but even game
4, the
Ori shot. That's the thing. That was one moment in time in Game 4, and yeah, it sucked.
But I think it changed. I think if they're up 3-1.
Oh well,
it's
for
over.
sure.
But the point being, you're at home.
Yep.
This is why you were the 1 seed.
Yep.
It's the rival. You can beat them. It's overtime, and there's 100 things we can look at as to why they didn't win, and it was that close.
And maybe this is a little sick, but I've told you this before. I have at home in a frame that box. I have the what is it called? The thing you guys get the
box score,
the box score, the big fun that they pass around. I have it framed, and there are 2 stats that will forever burn a hole in my heart, brain, and eyes.
Don't do it.
2 of 20 from beyond the arc. 16 of 30 from the free throw line. And I don't know that I've ever seen it wasn't just them. There were so many things that went into it, Jason. It wasn't just, okay, they lost the Lakers Game 7 at home. That's the surface of it.
Yeah.
No disrespect to the Nets, but kind of disrespect to the Nets. They would have either swept them or won that beat the Nets in 5. And I've never heard anybody.
No one's disagreeing.
Disagreeing with that. Yeah. So in effect, they were a home overtime win away from being NBA champions. And everything that connected with that, Jason, we're getting a new arena if that happens.
Probably Natomas.
Yep. There's never a relocation issue. Measures Q&R pass with flying colors. Kings hype would be off the charts.
Probably still owned by the Maloofs, I think. I don't know.
If not, because you're
sold here.
Absolutely. Yeah. Never a relocation issue.
We're fighting with Seattle because they're trying to take the Kings because the new arena is now getting old and needs to be
right now, right? It wasn't just the loss. It was everything that could have happened from the loss. You lose in overtime at home to your rival. You shoot almost 50% from the free throw line for a team that was a pretty good free throw shooting team. 2 of 20, as we said, from beyond the arc. And that's in an overtime game. Yeah. So that all they have to do, 1 more 3, couple more free throws, and you're NBA champions. And everything that mattered and everything that was a part of. And I don't know that there's a comparison in sports because here's the bottom line. What you saw out there was a emotional shell from Game 6.
Yeah.
That they were... I don't know that I can come up with another example of a team losing a game in part because they were just so emotionally drained. Because there's no world, Jason, where you're going to convince me that team randomly goes 2 of 20 from beyond the arc and misses almost exactly half their free throws. There was something else going on there.
Yeah, and I'm looking at, obviously I remember the same numbers you do, but I knew the Lakers were better at each stat, obviously, but I wasn't sure how much. The Lakers shot 41% from 3, so they made 7 of 17. Not an incredible number, but by far better. It's the one that always kills me of that is they shot 82% from the line.
And
Shaq was 11 of 15.
God.
One of the worst free throw shooters. And it still had to go overtime. And you just think, and then let's throw in one other wrinkle that is, I think, far underreported about that whole series. One of the guys whose jersey's in the rafters barely played in this series, and that's Peja.
Yep.
He just wasn't healthy.
Yeah.
And he played in Game 7, but he came off the bench.
Yes, and he did not play well.
So, take out, I don't even say Shaq or Kobe, but Ori or Fisher.
Sure.
And, you don't get to play
Samaki
for
Walker.
A game and a half in the series, and it would have been different, but that was the lot that happened. Even with all those things, the Kings really probably should have won, but they didn't.
Yeah, the Samaki Walker shot that shouldn't have counted. They changed the rule for that. You had Vlade Divac playing that play exactly as you're supposed to, and it happened to go to Robert Horry, and you had the Horry shot.
Game 6.
You had the worst refereed playoff game, or perhaps NBA game. You had a game that was so poorly refereed that literal politicians were protesting and talking about conspiracies and lawsuits. That's how bad it wasn't like, oh, the refs were bad. No, it was like It made news outside of sports. It made international news as to how bad it was. And if you really want to torture yourself, just put in Kings-Lakers Game 6. There's a YouTube vignette out there that and I should give them credit if I could remember. When you see the look on one point, you see a look on Coach Adelman's face after one of the fouls gets called. And I don't know if it was when Kobe Bryant fouled Mike Bibby's nose with his elbow and Mike got called on it or whatever it was. But you see Rick, it really has always stuck with me. You see Coach Adelman, and he just kind of slumps down in his chair. And I swear to God, maybe this is just bias. I look at that look on his face, I look at his body language, and I go, did he just realize that they're being screwed and there's nothing he can do about it? And then you have Game 7 and everything that went with that. I believe this was, at least, again, we've got our Ricky Berries, we have our Bobby Hurleys, we have our off-court stuff. This was the saddest, worst day in Sacramento Kings history. And the fact that we lose Coach Adelman yesterday leading into this, you can't. If you submitted this as a script to Hollywood, it would get rejected.
Yeah.
Because they would say that's just not real life. There's no way that would happen. But here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's talk about Rick. Let's talk about his impact and everything about him, including what we'd love to see next season as well. We'll do all that right after this.
The X Games are coming to Sacramento. Join Kayla Anderson at Sactown Sports 1140 at Cal Expo Center from June 26th through the 28th to watch the top action sports athletes in the world go head-to-head with 3 days of high-octane competition, BMX, skateboarding, and Moto X, plus live music from global electronic music icon Cascade, Grammy-winning producer Artist Mustard, and DJ Subtronics. Get your tickets today at xgames.com. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
We are the Dillos. We are from Northern Kentucky.
We have 2 kids, 5 dogs, 6 horses.
And a truck. It's really important to stay connected being in a rural area.
The biggest thing with switching over to T-Mobile's 5G home internet was the blazing speeds and the reliability.
One day we had nothing and next day we had everything.
Smoking fast internet.
Yeah.
We've got cell phone service and we've got our home internet all on the same plan. And it ends up being about $50 a month cheaper than before.
We saved a lot of money switching to T-Mobile.
At T-Mobile, bundle 4 unlimited phone lines with reliable 5G home internet and save up to $1,000 a year. You'll get fast internet, great coverage, and keep more money in your pocket every month.
Actual customers compensated for their time. Delivered via 5G cellular network. Speeds vary due to factors affecting cellular networks. Not available in some areas. Compared to regular rates after third line free on Experience Beyond plan with internet bundle discount via monthly bill credits and auto pay discount. Credits stop if you cancel or change plans.
Running a business takes grit, vision, and a partner who believes in your success as much as you do. At Valley Strong Credit Union, business banking is built around you. The entrepreneurs, the growers, the dreamers powering our community. Whether you need flexible checking, faster payments, or financing to take your next big step, Valley Strong brings local expertise and real relationships to every stage of your business. Because when local businesses thrive, the whole valley grows stronger. Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your business, grow your future. ValleyStrong.com/business.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave.
What's up? It's Matt George.
What's good? It's Alan Stiles.
With the most trusted voices in the community.
This is Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kayla Anderson.
It's Whitey Gleason.
Ready to help promote your business, both as partners and customers. All you have to do is ask. Pick up the phone, dial pound 250 and say, grow my business to get connected with a team member today. That's pound 250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples all at no cost or obligation to you. With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento. So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level.
Carmichael
He has very good sources and can just kind of tell it as it is and gets to the point. He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
Welcome back. Coach Rick Adelman passed away yesterday. It was announced by the NBA. His family, Adam Silver, had a very nice thing to say about Rick. So did the Kings in their statement. We'll get to those a bit later. I said to you on the phone yesterday, Jason, you and I talked a few times. I said, look, I knew Rick as a fan. My interactions with him, I had them, but they were limited because I was just breaking into the business then and got to interview him maybe one or two times in person.
Good at business.
But I said to you on the phone, I'm going to spend a lot of time today talking to you, kind of interviewing you a little bit, as we will with Doug Christie, as we will with Brad Miller a little bit later. Because your interactions with him were far more plentiful and deeper than mine. So I'll just start with a really, really basic question. Describe Rick Adelman to the best you can as a human. And by the way, I almost forgot. I brought it as an homage. An homage for Rick.
Sport coat.
Sport coat. I don't.
It's not the mock turtleneck.
I don't have the mock.
It works.
I don't have the mock turtleneck. Yeah, but I feel like talking about him, it's a little tight on me. If you remember Coach Adelman, he was the king.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Okay, let's just calm down. He was the king of the mock turtleneck and sport coat. So yes, nice. as I pay my homage to him, just talk about the person he was.
Yeah, I mean, I think. Well, first and foremost, I think he would like this part. Like he was very much into his own family. Like he's a family man first and foremost, and but a basketball lifer to some extent, innovator, very creative with his offense. But I did want to bring, and I said it earlier, he was sneaky funny because I think there was a surliness, like that gruff, maybe sometimes felt a little bit unapproachable. But I think that was a little bit of a protective barrier.
Yeah.
Because really the person inside wasn't that way. But I think that was like, that's an element of the coaching part that he probably didn't enjoy that much, was dealing with the media. But but he would.
He understood it was a necessary thing, but he wasn't going to hug and kiss everybody.
Yeah, and maybe he had different relationships with different people. But sometimes there's just like, okay, how many people are going to ask me the same question?
Right.
But there were different things that I learned from him. Like, I want to say it was like year 3, maybe year 4. I don't know. It might have been media day or sometime early on. And I think I even asked the question, something along the lines of like, I was already projecting like, maybe maybe it was the year after like they beat Phoenix, finally got a playoff series win. And a lot of people were predicting them to be 1 or 2 or 3 in the West. And I'm like, do you think about seeding or it was some sort of like, I'm thinking about April.
Yes.
And he's like, well, look, we got to make the playoff. Like we got to, we got to see. And it was almost like, what are you talking about? Because I'm worried about making the playoffs. I'm like, you guys are a lock.
Yep.
But he's not going to think that way. Even if he did, the projection is we've got work to do.
Sure.
This isn't given to us. And I was like, well, I mean, he's right.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, Coach, you're going to win 50-something games. Mm-hmm. And they did. But anything can happen, and I think it was kind of protecting from the, hey, we'll just show up and win. That's not the way it works. And so I learned lots of different things from him. But I think what the other telling thing was when we would talk to, at that time, I can remember talking to George Karl, and I believe he was coaching the Bucks.
Okay.
Mike Dunleavy Sr. They were just complimenting the Kings, like the Rick Adelman's offense or a coach. It was just whatever the combination of what they were running is like, more people need to do what they're doing. It's great. It's innovative. They got the players to do it. And I think now it's more of what everybody does, but a lot of that was from him and Coachy.
When you look back at, it's like Phil Jackson, Tex Winter. Mm-hmm. It's unfair to talk about Rick Adelman with the Kings without mentioning Pete Carroll. And what I always really thought was underrated about Coach is we're going to spend a lot of time today and hear a lot about his public persona. Mm-hmm. Let's not get carried away, of course. Not like he was some bad guy or anything. Just Rick was kind of sometimes very to the point and not letting you in and very a little walled off at times. But what I think is amazing is that's the persona he puts out, right? But you have to remember and really know the roster of those teams. This was not the boring Tim Duncan San Antonio Spurs type wear your suits to work and nobody says. This was a cast of characters, many of them cast-offs. You had Vernon Maxwell's and Chris Webber's, Vlade Divac's in the locker room. You had all kinds of different personalities, from super-duper star dating Tyra Banks Chris Webber, who didn't want to come here, to, again, Vlade and, smoking in the bathroom and doing Vlade stuff. Then Mike Bibby comes in and it's not an accident. It's not despite Rick Adelman. Rick Adelman was able to not stifle any of that and celebrate everybody's personalities and let them have their fun, but also tweak them when it was necessary to make sure that they were focused and on track. And that's not easy to do.
No, and I think if you look at some of the individuals he had, like let's take Jason Williams.
Yeah.
Drafting him.
Yeah.
Truly a one-of-a-kind type of player, just the way he was. There were times here, like we've seen 8 million highlight tributes, which are must-see, but they're also Jay Will throwing it into the third row.
Yeah.
In the fifth row.
Yep.
And behind the back, you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But Rick let him do that.
Yeah, that's right.
And there was no like, hey, let's cut that off.
If I see one more behind the back pass, you're on the bench, not once.
No, and it's let we've heard how many legendary stories of, gambling on the plane and then, hey, show up at the New York hotel because Bobby's going to be in his underwear.
Jay Will, didn't he ride underneath the bus on one of the trips?
There's an attempt to, and I think Rick stopped.
Oh,
but that was one, I think.
Okay.
I think, if I remember right. But that was the plan.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Jay Will wanted some more money. I'll go ride in the bus.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are they? But he let some of that go while also like, let's let these guys be who they are.
Right.
And that group that was so successful, sometimes I look at that and go, why on earth did that work?
Yeah.
I mean, it really was a hodgepodge of personalities.
Scott Pollard, John Barry, Vernon Maxwell.
Like Vlade and Peja from another country.
Yeah.
And you're just like, Weber is like a star, and here comes Doug. Like, it's just, how did that work?
Yep.
And it did. And I think a lot of it goes to Rick and to the players, certainly. But I think in the end, his style, I think he not only let the players be themselves, but he put them in spots to succeed. And he had obviously managed egos because Bobby Jackson's a starter.
Yeah,
he didn't start.
Yeah,
the trade of Jay, which wasn't his idea, but of Jay Will for Mike Bibby to navigate. Jay Will was as popular as a player as this team had.
Yeah,
and I'm sure that didn't land well when they did it.
No,
but then it was like, oh, Mike's legit, and then incorporating Mike and finding his strengths, and it's just. The thing I always thought he was so great at, it's like, all right, I want to keep the starting lineup and kind of my core the same. Page is out. I'm going to now play Gerald Wallace. So we don't even play.
Yeah.
And then he comes in, and then Gerald looks unbelievable. But then Page is back. Sorry, Gerald, you're back to about the 10th guy. Like, I don't know. He pushed the right buttons a lot. And, I mean, it's a shame that he never won a championship because, I mean, those Portland days, they were so good. He was a really young coach. And then he was in the spot where he was about to take the Portland State job.
That's right.
In college. Not even a high-level job. And then Jeff Petrie brings him in, and he just completely turned this organization around.
We always focus on the 0-2 team, and rightfully so, in that era. But also, he coached Ron Artest.
Yes.
And Ron Artest was the character of characters. Yes. There's this article I was reading yesterday. I thought you'd enjoy these quotes because remember, Artest. We talk about cast-offs coming here. We'll talk to Doug Christie.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I wouldn't say Doug was a cast-off, but Doug
he had bounced a little bit.
He was the Lakers, Toronto.
Yeah.
Was just kind of trying to find his way, and then took off. Yeah, Knicks took off when he got here.
Knicks at the time they were filming Eddie.
Very important point right there. and when
make sure to bring that up to him.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. When Ron got here, it's very important to remember too. He was still trying to recover his career. He was the cast-offiest of cast-offs.
Right.
And he said, "I told Coach Adelman, listen, if we could somehow sit me on the bench, I'll be very positive. I don't want to make a big deal out of this, but I just don't feel like playing." And then Rick told me, "We're going to go as far as you take us." We spoke a little bit about it, and I said, "Okay." And it was great, man. He kind of helped. He kind of got me back into loving the game.
Wow.
He's such an incredible coach. I learned so much, and I apply a lot of what I learned from him to my coaching today. I think his spacing, teamwork, ball movement, trusting your teammates, finding the open guys, smart basketball, player movement, his offense, the corner triangle with the high post, it just opened up so many opportunities. And Jason, as we head toward a break, I bring that up just to say that you could go to Sacramento, Portland, Houston. The amount of stories you're going to hear like that about Rick. He helped me rediscover my love for that.
Yeah.
How many careers did Rick Adelman directly improve? How much money did he directly have a hand in these guys making? And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it happened, and I just don't remember. I don't remember a player having a falling out with Rick.
Right.
I can't remember it. And if it happened, odds are it was the player's fault.
Yeah.
He was just so good, dude. Yeah.
The best, and Doug will be able to reflect on that.
Doug Christie, coach. And by the way, let me just, not that I need to, I'm just going to preface this, okay? We're not going to ask Doug about the draft. We're not going to ask Doug about next year. That's not today. This is about Doug. This isn't, if I'm being honest. Coach. Yeah, this is about Doug Christie, the player, not Doug Christie, the head coach of the Sacramento Kings. He's going to come on, and he's nice enough to share.
And if we have some time, maybe a question about the film Eddie.
I'll let you ask that. We'll do all that right after this.
The top young talent in the NBA is headed to Sacramento this summer for the 8th annual California Classic presented by Ticketmaster. The Kings will host the Milwaukee Bucks, Brooklyn Nets, and Golden State Warriors in a preseason showcase that's sure to bring more fireworks to your 4th of July weekend. 3-day general admission passes for July 4th, 5th, and 6th are available now. Visit kings.com/California Classic for details.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action, but please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Is the crew on their way so we can fire up the grill?
Cabrito, arrachera. They're gonna love it.
Better go with birria and carne en su jugo. Classic Jalisco dishes with tradition.
That seasoning is great, but northern Mexican-style meat speaks for itself. Let's make both.
Deal. And to boost the flavor, ice-cold Pepsi. Its sweetness pairs perfectly.
And to go with it, flour tortillas.
And corn ones too. Hey, carne asada deserves Pepsi.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Sacramento, Get ready because the Fasteners Inc. Super Sale is back. Friday, June 12th and Saturday, June 13th. Stop by Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet on Power Inn Road for crazy deals on DeWalt products. We're talking all of the lowest prices in Sacramento on bare tools, tool products, batteries, lasers, hand tools, outdoor power equipment, and so much more. Again, this DeWalt sale event will be June 12th from 7 till 5:30 and June 13th from 9 till 3 p.m. at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet on Power Inn Road. Visit fastenersinc.net for more info.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
I love Coach. It's been a great blessing for me to come here and play for him.
You never see him quivering or backing down.
Here it is now, career win number 600.
For me, it's special.
You need your coach to be the most consistent. He's made every player on his team better, and he's the reason why the Kings are so good.
It's been my life since I was in grade school. It's my favorite sport. In high school, it's my favorite sport. I played college. I was able to play pros. Wanted to get into teaching and coaching to coach basketball, and I got some great breaks along the way. For me, it's special and it's unique, but you really appreciate it. I think that's the thing that more than anything, I really appreciate what basketball has done for me and my family.
Well, first of all, it takes many parts from puzzle to have success, and many parts are vital. And if it weren't for Rick Adelman, we would not have success here. Another coach could not coach this team the way he does. We would not be fun, loving. We would not have the style of play. You can't see one team in the NBA that runs our style of offense, not one.
I think the important thing is the team getting a rhythm, and night after night, you know what you're going to get, you know how the team's going to play. So when January comes and February comes, you have a good rhythm to how you're going to win. You have an understanding this is how this team's going to win.
He lets you play the basketball game. Not since I got here have I learned as much about basketball as I have in this little window, even all the way back to college and high school. Just about moving without the ball and playing basketball the way it's supposed to be played. And I love Coach. It's been a great blessing for me to come here and play for him.
As a coach, there's a couple things you have to do. I think you got to put your players in a position that they can succeed, and maybe more importantly, that they feel they can succeed. They think they can succeed in this system, and then they're going to play for you. I think that's the biggest thing. You get people to play for you all different kinds of ways.
I look at Coach as a quiet, strong, steady leader. He's calm and he's real methodical. He stays the pace, stays the course, and I think that's one of the best things about Coach. He's just really focused on us, those 12 guys and the people in the organization. That's really all he cares about.
I really believe that's what I try to do. I try to get them to have a sense that this is going to make our team succeed, this is going to make me succeed, and I'm having fun doing it. I think if they get a sense of that's going on, they'll follow. It's been so great for me, and it's been a great journey.
Well done. That'll take you back. As we honor Coach Rick Adelman all day today. And, of course, not just us. That'll be all the way through our live programming. Joining us right now, normally we'd introduce him as Coach Doug Christie, but I think it's appropriate to introduce him as the shooting guard for the 2000-era Sacramento Kings, our good friend Doug Christie. Doug, it's Dave and Jason. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Man, this is a beautiful thing, man, to hear that stuff. Wow, man, you guys got a treasure trove over there, bro. Like, what a blessing and an honor, man, to be able to play for such a man.
Coming up at 9 o'clock, we're going to replay the interview you and Jason did with Rick right before he went into the Hall of Fame. And I remember listening to that live, and I told Jason it was like eavesdropping on two old friends. Obviously, you heard the news yesterday. It affected all of us as fans and semi-colleagues, but my goodness, you you shared so much with this man, and I got to imagine his effect on you to this day is almost indescribable.
To be honest, from doing TV and radio, and you talk about basketball and the way that he blessed and affected all of us, I think goes without saying. But stylistically, like that's what I'm looking for us. And to hear Webb talk about it, as the season ends and I'm studying and I'm looking and I'm saying, who are we? What do we want to be? Like Coach, he brought in a style of basketball that was for everybody, and it was a beautiful thing to behold. So his legacy will live on through people like myself, through his son, through everybody that he touched, because of how he wanted to play the game, how he saw the game, and ultimately how he taught us. We haven't got there yet here, but that is the ultimate goal, and it's a beautiful thing to watch, but also to be a part of.
Doug Christie joining us. Doug, in that piece, we heard you, a younger version of you. We heard Chris Chris Webber as well. And I love the quote in there. Chris said, no other coach could coach our group the way he's doing. You guys did have an odd collection, obviously supremely talented. What was it about him as someone that put the pieces together? Not as often, because you've talked about that. Like, that is clear. But, like, how did he make you guys personality-wise work?
It's probably, sometimes coaching is about moving out the way. It's not always about stamping it and staying. Sometimes the talent is something that you need to get out of the way of. And I thought that one of the things that Rick was able to do was allow us to be ourselves and still coach us. And that's a delicate thing. First of all, I don't think it's a thing necessarily for a really young team. That, we were veterans, guys, knew how to work. He didn't have to worry about certain aspects. Were they going to be ready? Did they get their work in? They're going to get their shots up. Okay, so we take that out of the equation. Now it's like, okay, Webb is so ultra talented. Like, let me put him in an area like at the elbow. Like, people weren't, big man, get to the box. What are you doing? Get your ass down there, post up. And, Rick was like, okay, yes, but at the same time, all these back cuts and different things, Webb can make all these passes. So, that's something that he did. He was just like, okay, many times we would have a defensive coverage and we're going into the game, and I'd walk by and I'd say, Coach, I think maybe we should do X. And he would look at me and be like, okay, give it a shot, communicate it. And his thing was, it's not how it gets done, it's that it gets done. Mm-hmm. So, not being so dogmatic and saying, like, I have to do it this way. This is the way it's done. A lot of times he listened to us and trusted us. Sometimes probably not good, but most times it worked out well.
Doug Christie joining us. I was thinking about Coach yesterday, and on the wall in my office, like a lot of Kings fans, I have the Sports Illustrated cover with you guys on it, and I was just looking at each of you, and something clicked with me. Like, I think that we were talking about how old we all are now, that, unless you're a 20 or above, they probably don't remember any of this, but you guys were the darlings of the NBA before Game 6, Game 7 versus the Lakers. And it went beyond. You had Chris Webber and his superstardom and Tyra Banks. You and your relationship was in the news all the time. Vlade and Peja had the war going on over in Europe, and the stories there and the explosion of the European, the international crew. Jason Williams was making Nike commercials. There was all this outside noise that you guys had to deal with, but somehow you stayed tight, you stayed loose in the sense of your attitudes, and I got to think Coach very gracefully had a hand in there that we didn't see.
Well, that's the part where he trusted us and let us do us individually, but never at the expense of the collective. And that's a really fine line. There's a lot of trust there. There's a lot of communication there, but there also has to be a lot of respect there, meaning that, okay, if you're going to allow us, coach, to move like this, we have to respect you. And because coach wasn't a big yeller or anything, but he didn't have to, because, I witnessed him cuss like once or twice. For the bulk of the time that I know the man, he didn't raise his voice and yell and a lot of different things that way. He just, the way he went about it was very businesslike, and there was a calmness that I thought allowed us to play that way. A lot of teams lose games and then they're all serious and everybody has to be pissed off and all this. And we would lose, and not a lot, because we didn't lose a lot, but when we did, it would be, quiet in the locker room for a second, and then finally someone would break the air, and then we would right back to who we were, knowing that we had to come to work and we had to put it down. We understood where we messed up, and we're going to attack it. If we ever lose 2 in a row, the next game is like a playoff game. These things were unwritten rules for us, but that's the type of respect that Rick gave to us that we reciprocate.
Head coach of the Sacramento Kings, but really, as Dave, as you put it, the shooting guard for Rick Adelman. And, Doug, I've heard you tell these great stories, and others, whether it's been Mike or Webb or, whoever's joined us on the show about, famously in New York, getting Bobby down to his skivvies and into the hotel room, and everybody, there's bets on the plane and gambling, and Jabari Smith shaving his head, so much fun stuff. But what?
It sounded like you were there, bro.
Well, what I do want to know is Rick was there,
right?
And it's happening. I get the visual for you guys as teammates. What's Rick doing when this is going on?
So, the time that the kid ran the set of lines on the plane, I sat on the same. I sat on the same side as Rick. So if you stuck your head out the aisle and you looked back. So when the kid passed me and he's running a set of lines, I stuck my head out and I looked back, and as he passed Rick stuck his head out and he looked at me, and then he just shook his head like, "What the hell are y'all doing, man? What are we doing?" When Jay Will tried to ride underneath the bus in the middle of the winter for a bet, Rick just goes, this is one time that he used the fork. Where the hell is Jay Will? Get him from underneath the bus right now, and let's get to the hotel. Rick was a great sense of humor, dry sense of humor. He would say things. He was a special dude, man, and just the learning of the game of basketball is probably the greatest gift, and that's what I'm doing now, but I want to do for our organization and our team is teach them how to play basketball, because that's what Rick did for all of us.
Doug Kersey joining us, and we talked about, everybody talks about the starting five, and rightfully so, but through the years, the John Barrys, the Scott Pollards, the Vernon Maxwells, the people that came and had their careers reinvigorated, and you certainly weren't in that category. I mean, you were doing great with Toronto, but you had experience for a couple of years with the Lakers, which we try to not talk about. You were with the Knicks. Well, at the time, Eddie was being filmed, Chris. There you go. Got it in for you. And then he made us.
Yeah, he really wanted that mentioned.
And then Toronto. When you got to Sacramento, you'd already had 3 teams. You had already been in the league for, I want to say, 6-7 years. You've been in for a while. Yeah. How long did it take you to figure out things were a little bit different when it came to Coach Adelman and the culture he was building here?
That's a good question, man. It didn't take long, because when we hit the floor together and we start, he showed the principles, and we started learning, and then I started seeing how we warmed up, and then all of a sudden, as time went on, it's like, oh, okay, now I see not how we warm up, I see why we do it this way, because it translates to the game, and this is how we play, and these are all the options out of it. And, I mean, it probably took me, I don't know, a month or so, like, for everybody to get here and kind of to get a good vibe for what it was that we were doing. But then you kind of also got an understanding of who he was and how he ran the team, because it wasn't an iron fist. There was a high level of respect. But, you know, you got Jay Will. He's, you know, Jay Will.
Yeah.
And then you got Webb, and you got Vlade's a jokester, and then Peja and those, you know, they're talking in Serbian. So there's like all this stuff going on. Right. But his ability to bring us together and make us understand that there are different languages, but there's only one basketball language, and you guys all need to speak that same language.
Doug, how was he maybe on each end of the spectrum? And now that you've been a coach too, you've lived this. Like when you guys were hot, I mean, look, you're beating everybody, anybody, all the time, anywhere. Let's say you've won 10 in a row. Things are good. How is he maybe post-game after a 10-game winning streak? Or you have that clunker, you have that bad loss, one that got away you shouldn't have. How was he on each end of those spectrums come post-game?
You know, I think that is probably the magic, is the man was the same. You know, he wasn't getting too high when we're rolling, and he wasn't getting too low. And then in the game, like, it was the same. Like, okay, we're down, you know, run our stuff. Like, okay, like, do we need to adjust? Okay, we'll make this adjustment, that adjustment. He was the same. I only saw him one time a little bit different, and it wasn't that the way he was talking was different, but it was we were playing Dallas in the playoffs, and I think we might have been down 2-1, or I don't even know if we ever got down to them. But the whole point was Steve Nash and Dirk Nowitzki are running this clear side step up pick and roll, or it might have been somebody in the corner. The point is, we're going over this thing and shooting around, and it was practice, I guess, because this is a playoff series. And we're going over it, and we're going over it, and we're going over it like a lot. And he's like talking through it, and like, you know, yeah, it's killing us, and we're trying to figure, you know, like Dirk's popping, and that thing is wet, man. And you know, Nash is coming off, and he's probing, and like it's pretty damn deadly. So finally, I'm looking at Webb. Webb's looking at me. I'm like, Webb goes, all right, you know, we got it. You good? I'm like, yeah, we're good. So he raises his hand, and Coach, you know, pauses, and he's like, Coach, we got it. We're good. And he looked at him and was like, okay. And then we just moved on. But we had it. It was more not about the coverage, because this is really tough. It's like, are you guys willing to give up what it's going to take to get this done? Okay. Like, you got it? Okay. We're good. And we beat the hell out of him like we normally did. But, just watching him that way, he was normally always the same, very steady, and you couldn't tell whether we were up 20 or down 20 or lost 2 or won 12.
Doug Christie with us, and there's no other way to bring this up. It just so happened in this world we live in, whether you believe in a higher power or karma or whatever the heck. Today is an anniversary none of us want to talk about. It is the 24th anniversary of Game 7, 2002. And I bring it up, Doug, because I think we all know in good times, winning, everybody can be a good winner. Everybody can function in good times. But there were the things that we never got to see with Coach Adelman. And obviously, Game 6, Game 7 are horrific memories for the fans. And I know that it still eats at you guys every single day, and it drives a lot of what you're trying to do here. I'm just curious as to how did Coach walk the line between feeling frustrated and defeated and pissed off, as I'm sure he did after Game 6, but also dealing with you guys in the aftermath, not just of Game 6, but that crushing Game 7. I got to imagine he did everything he could to be there for you.
It's looking back on it, it's hard. I can't even really tell you how. I know that like there was a calmness in him after Game 6. I can't really recall it. After that, everything is a blur.
Yeah.
I think that one of the greatest things in those type of moments for Rick was, I remember I got traded from here. Mm-hmm. And so I get to Orlando, and I need ankle surgery and probably could have stopped the trade if I had, wanted to. So I get there, I try to play. I end up getting ankle surgery, and there, before I guess the ankle surgery, I left. And there were all these stories about Doug Christie just left, blah, blah, blah. Well, I knew I was going to get ankle surgery. I didn't really communicate well with the team, so that was my fault. And, I ended up, before that, me and my wife and my family were going to Jamaica. So we're in Jamaica, and I'm just waiting to now get surgery. But all these stories are going on. And it doesn't look good for me. It's like, who is this guy? Blah blah blah. Well, coach knows me, so I'm in Jamaica and the phone rings and it's him, and he's just like, "What's up, man?" I said, "Hey, coach, how you doing?" And he said, "It's a lot going on. Are you good?" And I was like, "Yeah, And we talked for a minute, but the fact that in those moments he would take time like that, those are the things that probably mean the most to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Talk with Doug Christie. Kind of on that note, Doug, I was telling Dave, he mentioned it too, that we're going to air the conversation you and I had with Rick the week he was going into Hall of Fame. That same week, we talked to C. Webb, and I still say it's one of the most powerful pieces of radio because you two guys, it was really cathartic. I know because you guys hadn't really talked a lot about that series, and it was like I was just a fly on the wall and listen. It was just so amazing. But one of the things I took from it is how much it still eats at you and him and your teammates, and how much you guys wanted it for the community. But I also now think about Rick. He gets that label that I think is completely unfair. He's a Hall of Famer. He's all the love, all the acknowledgments, but he never won a title, whether it was Portland here or his other stops, Houston or Minnesota. He was a championship coach to me that didn't get a ring. How much of that kind of also of your pain is that you guys just couldn't quite get him one of those championships?
Yeah, that one probably eats at you the most. It fuels me even here. Like as much as you want to do it for myself, the community, my teammates. Also, I am now a part of the Rick Adelman coaching tree, mm-hmm. right? And I personally, this is just me, and you guys have heard me say this before and whatever. I think Rick gets a really bad take at it because our style of basketball, which is on the front of Sports Illustrated and the greatest show on court, we didn't consummate it with a championship, so we don't get the credit for what you're witnessing now. Mm-hmm. Beautiful basketball. San Antonio wasn't beautiful basketball when they first started. That was us. The movement of the splits and all that stuff that Golden State stole from us. They won 4 championships or whatever, so they get the credit. But that wasn't theirs. Now everyone steals from everybody. I totally get that. But the fact is, Rick is the godfather of that. And, that's in my vision how I want us to play. So we will bring that back to life for, our style in today's basketball. But it's about as unfortunate as a thing that I could see when I watch. And I have the utmost respect for Pop and Steve Kerr and all those guys. But, Rick Adelman was and is, in my opinion, the godfather when it comes to that beautiful style of basketball that in many ways, even when I watch a lot of European stuff and the movement and the passing and the cutting, and you watch the influences that they have, I think a lot of that is Rick Adelman. When I go to places, they say, man, we used to stay up till 3 a.m. to watch you guys play. And I'm talking like in Italy and these different places. And you just never know how you were touching people, because not only was the show great, it was for the NBA. We were one of the best teams, so they made sure that we were on all the time. And those were the games that people were seeing overseas. So that's how they raised their kids and a lot of different things. And it's just unfortunate that we weren't able to consummate it the way that it should, because Rick should get credit for his style, his approach, the way that he taught. And, his son is in here, but, I would say right now that is the coaching tree for Rick Adelman. And I will do my best to make sure that it resonates the way that it should.
Doug, thank you so much for coming on and sharing about Coach Adelman. We can opine all day long, but we're never going to get it the way you do, having experienced it. And I think it kind of drives home the whole thing that we haven't had a ton of success in 40-plus years here in Sacramento, and how it means so much more here than I think it does in a lot of other places that may be a little spoiled or whatever it may be. So we just – I know it's a tough day. We appreciate you coming on, and thank you so much.
You know it, guys. By hook or crook, we're going to get it right.
Yes, sir. All
Thanks,
right.
Doug.
We'll
Yep.
see you
guys. Have
Take
a good
care.
one, man.
You too, brother.
Yep.
Bye-bye. It's Doug Christie. It's well done.
Yeah.
I had another question, too, but I was like, nope, that's not going to sum it up any better than that.
Yeah.
So we'll take a break.
Huge impact.
My goodness gracious. Absolutely. I think he's going to have one of those WWRD, what would Rick do, bracelets or something. I'm sure he thinks about that all the time when he's out there on the floor. We'll take a break. Thanks again to Doug Christie for joining us. When we come back, we'll flip a little bit, get back to the NFL, massive trades in the league yesterday. We do have to spend some time on that. We will. Before we get to what's hot, what's not. Final hour, you're not going to want to miss, 9 a.m. We're going to re-rack, speaking of Doug Christie, Doug and Jason visiting with Coach Adelman a few years ago as he was getting into the Hall of Fame on a very special edition of the program right here on Sactown Sports.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the sound of Jack, buzz cutting his way to a small fortune. To Jack, every time he cuts his own hair, that's $50 right in his pocket. If Jack sees DIY buzz cuts as a saving strategy, Wells Fargo is right behind him. And with their mobile app, tracking his savings is easy. Oh, ouch. However you make money work, we can work with that.
Mobile carriers' message and data rates may apply. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Card collectors know there's nothing as special as a rare one-of-one card. And now you can hear a very rare one-of-a-kind sports card show right here on Sactown Sports. Whitey Gleason here inviting you to join me and Mr. True Sports Cards himself, Imran Pilati, for the True Sports Card Show every Saturday morning at 10 on Sactown Sports. It's the only sports card radio show in the nation. For all your hobby needs, get to True Sports Cards, 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland. And for hobby, insight, and fun, join us for the True Sports Card Show Saturday mornings at 10 on Sactown Sports.
Catch the future of San Francisco Giants baseball right here in Sacramento with the Sacramento Rivercats at Sutter Health Park. See tomorrow's stars take the field today and be part of the big league journey. Get your Rivercats baseball tickets now at rivercats.com.
It's Big O Tire's anniversary sales event. Now through June 14th, buy 3 tires, get 1 free on 4 select in-stock Big O brand tires with installation purchase. Plus, you'll also get our industry-leading ProTech Plus warranty for free. Disposal fees extra, not good with other offers. See Big O dealer for pricing.
Sacramento, Get ready because the Fasteners Inc. Super Sale is back on Friday, June 12th and Saturday, June 13th. Stop by Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet on Power in Road for crazy deals on Milwaukee tools. We're talking 20% off all Milwaukee pack-out, hand tools, and tool accessories. Free goods and dollars off your order and certain spend amounts. And overall insane deals on Milwaukee batteries and Bear tools again. June 12th from 7 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. and June 13th from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet. Visit fastenersinc.net for more info.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
No way. Gas prices shot up again.
I know, but I got us covered.
So generous. What's your deal?
What's my deal? I went to Metro and saved. Got 4 lines for just $25 each and 4 free new Samsung Galaxy A17 5G phones, and all on the T-Mobile network.
Ah, how about we go to Metro today?
Get that more for your money feeling. Visit your Metro by T-Mobile store. Just bring your numbers. Not available if you've been with Metro or T-Mobile in the past 180 days.
In celebration of 80 years of 49ers football, Sactown Sports is counting down 80 of the most memorable moments that have shaped the team's storied legacy and winning tradition. Here's today's faithful flashback.
Number 70, Roger Craig's Hall of Fame induction.
Drafted as a fullback out of Nebraska in the second round, 49ers great Roger Craig became the ultimate dual-threat running back. He was a 4-time Pro Bowler, part of the 1980s All-Decade team, and a central figure in the West Coast offense of Bill Walsh that produced 3 Super Bowl championships. In 1985, he produced the first 1,000-yard rushing and receiving season in the same year. But the knock on the door he received a few months ago in February was the sweetest sound after waiting nearly 30 years to get the call for the Hall. It will all be capped this August when he finally puts on that well-deserved gold jacket.
Faithful flashbacks on Sactown Sports 1140. Games are coming to Sacramento. Join Kayla Anderson.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
All right. Doug Christie and anything else we do, well, we'll clip that up. We'll be available on the Sactown Sports YouTube page. Also, the, dare I say, award-winning app for Sactown Sports.
You could say it.
There's one award somewhere. You know what?
In our hearts.
Carmichael, Dave, and Jason Ross annual Best Sports Talk Radio Station app in the country award winner for 2026.
I like it.
So now we can actually officially say that. We have a presentation and everything, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, dirt and
Yeah,
spray.
shout out to the proletariat.
Yeah, them too. So shout out to Doug
Yes.
for coming on. That can't have been, simple for him.
And that's, I was saying earlier, that's my coach. Like, that's that's his coach.
That's his coach for sure.
Man.
And we'll continue to. Again, I want to remind you in just about a half an hour. By the way, I saw an idea because a lot of people are a lot of our comments today have centered around ways to honor Doug.
Oh, Rick, you mean?
Sorry, Rick.
That too, if you want.
Doug on my mind. Yeah, exactly. I'd like to honor Doug with a Larry O'Brien trophy in a couple years. How about that? I've said before, like, look, that's above our pay grades and whatever the Kings want to do or don't. But I don't think there's anybody in town that would be. There's no Kings fan that would say
bad idea.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not. I love the. I've always loved the. Look, you got the little piglet out there, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know where you'd find the money, but I'm sure we could raise it if necessary. But how cool would it that you have that whole look? And again, I say this with respect because the Kings organization understandably takes a lot of shots, and a lot of it has to do with their on-court play and whatever surrounding that too. But there's a lot of really good people that work there that you and I know that are good beyond the franchise, that are good human beings and genuinely care about this city and the experience that people have when they get there, that don't have any control over the basketball. And so I say this with respect that, there's a lot of little accoutrements out there at Delco. You've got the piglet, the Jeffrey Coons statue. You've got the darts in the in the ground. You've got all these different things. Like, in what world would it not be cool to have like put up a little action statue of Coach Adelman, in some sort of, I don't know what a coaching pose is, but he's got his sport coat and his mock turtleneck on, and maybe he's pointing or he's got. Oh, you know what it would be? It'd be with his arms crossed. He'd be standing up with his
folded.
Right, and then maybe a little plaque underneath it at the base that says Coach Rick Adelman did and ushered in. What is the stat? The Kings have made the playoffs 12 times.
No, let's see,
14, whatever it is, and
11 times in 41 years, and he made it all 8.
8 of 8. Mm-hmm. So look, did he win a title here? No, he did not. Is he, in the same breath as Phil Jackson, Red Auerbach? Oh, fine. But to so many of us here who some would say, oh, you're clinging too much to the past. Well, that's what we do. We cling to the past, and that's fine until something replaces it or augments it. Who's objecting to a little, you're walking through the concourse, and here's a little bronze statue of Rick Adelman. You have the unveiling and the celebration, and maybe coordinate that with a Rick Adelman night. And then, you walk a few steps over, there's Chris Webber dunking, and then, the bronze statue, and then you walk a little bit more, and there's Jerry Reynolds, whatever Jerry pose you want to put him in, whatever it may be. Like we've heard people bring up putting Rick's initials on the jerseys. I don't know what the rules are on that too, but one that actually is interesting, because I don't know that they really do it over here. This is something they do in Europe. They name the stands.
Oh.
So
I haven't seen that here.
Over in, I'll just use the one I know. Over in Huddersfield, you have like the Kilner Bank, the Riverside stand, the this, the that. I there's got to be a name of a stand at the Etihad, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, there's the Pep Guardiola stand.
Oh, there you go. So
that way you could be like, I'm sitting in the Rick Adelman stand.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Name a section, name a side, however you want to do it. But ultimately, how cool, like maybe the section behind the Kings home bench is the Rick Adelman section of, we're going to go over sit in the Adelman section at Golden One Center. That's just an easy, simple thing that, I don't know. I know that
something needs to be done.
I hope so. Yeah. And I think they finally got it right with the G-Man next year, thank goodness. But again, these are such easy wins. They're easy wins that in a time when the fan base is being tested as always and going through so much, these are tough times, and they're so loyal and sticking with it and all that. Like these are the little, you can't control, you can't just snap your fingers and get a Wemby and win 62, but these are some things you can do that I think, and I say this as a member of the family, out of love, out of wanting everyone to experience good stuff, not as an insult.
And if you do it next year, which I'm assuming that's the right time to do it, you have the head coach that played for him.
Yes.
That, if he does a pregame speech, I don't know. Like,
have a bunch of the ex-players come in and do something at halftime. Yep. Not a dry eye in the house. Yeah. A nice 2-3 minute vignette on the screen. This is a part of sport. It's such an important part of the lifeblood of sports, is the history of the franchise itself, good and bad. And we got a lot more. The other thing is we got a lot more bad than good that we have in our history. But when you have the good, and Coach Adelman embodied the good of this franchise, it means so much, especially in this town.
Yeah, I got a text, personal text line. How about this? A jersey patch, like you referenced, and a name in the rafters when the Nuggets are here.
Oh, my goodness.
David Adelman would be here.
That would actually, and you know what, I love that idea, but even if it was whether it's the name of the rafters or whatever it is, to do it against the Nuggets. Yeah. And you'd want to make sure David would be okay with that. I can't imagine he wouldn't. That's the type, again, that's it. Who would look at that idea and go, nah, that's not
right.
We'd love to make it happen, or we'd love to see that happen. And as somebody said, Coach Adelman is absolutely Sacramento royalty, And it would be all for a statue. Yeah, 10 winning seasons in 41 years, and he led the team to 8. It's not even that he's made, what did you say, 12? How many years? 10, 12 years in the playoffs? Sorry.
Let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11 years in the playoffs. 11 years.
He's 8 of 11. Okay, my birthday, August 11th.
So I'll remember
that now. Okay. The fact that he's 8 of 8.
Right.
Not 8 of 9, 8 of 10. 8 out of 8 years, and everybody else is 3 and what? 3 and 30 something.
Yeah, well, he is also in the Hall of Fame. He is top 10 in win. Like, if you're in top 10 in any category, you've done something of significance. So, he is by far the winningest coach in this. I mean, it felt like I remember those years that were winning 50 plus. It was like, oh, Rick Adelman, win number 500. Boom, Rick Adelman win. It's like the 500 to 600 went so fast.
Right.
It's like he just kept chipping them away. And he's got over 1,000 in his career.
I remember reading a story yesterday about him, his final year. What was it in Minnesota? And the year after that, he basically at one point in his career, it's no secret that his wife had her issues health-wise and all that, and that so many people talk the talk about spending more time with their family, but when Rick realized that she needed him and it wasn't gonna work to keep, he just does it. I'm good. I've done what I've done, and I'm not looking back. And he never did, and he was always there for his family. His son, what was it? God, I'm gonna get this wrong. I believe it was his son RJ that was in a terrible accident, and Rick handling that. Just the measure of the man was nothing short of just a great dude.
Yes, absolutely.
And one of those guys that's very easy to honor. All right, we're almost blew through the break. That's fine. We got a lot more to get to, including the trade of Myles Garrett, which we'll get into in the next segment. What does that mean for the 49ers? Russell Wilson, we haven't mentioned that yet, finalizing a deal to go be a TV guy. And we got what's hot, what's not, and we'll go streaking as well before we get to, and again, I want you to please stay tuned for this if you can. Jason and Doug Christie visiting with Rick Adelman right before he went into the Hall of Fame. It's a special interview. You're not going to miss that, but we'll do what's hot, what's not next.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sactown Sports 1140.
When life calls for a little extra, a kitchen upgrade, paying off debt, or that dream vacation, Valley Strong Credit Union is here to help. With a Valley Strong home equity loan, you can tap into your home's value with competitive rates, flexible terms, and local guidance you can trust. Get approved in as little as 5 minutes, with funding in as few as 5 days. Your goals are within reach. Visit valleystrong.com to get your offer today. Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your possibilities. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 456506.
As a fitness coach, my active psoriatic arthritis can slow me down. With Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, I'm treating my skin and joint symptoms so I can keep moving. Skyrizi, a prescription-only injection for adults, helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And for those who have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible. With Skyrizi, there's no daily dosing. It's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know that hiking isn't for you. Sure, it sounds nice to be in nature while exercising, but that's what a gym and houseplants are for. I mean, you don't even like walking upstairs. So why would you walk up a hill for miles? To what, end up high in the air? Come on, you know you're scared of heights. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot.
And what's not?
It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Who's hot?
Luis Arias.
Yeah.
Yesterday was the start of June. He had 70 hits to start June, and he had one more hit last night. No strikeouts. Luis Arias is the second Major League Baseball player in the last 50 years to enter June with at least 70 hits and single-digit strikeouts.
Oh.
The other was
Tony Gwynn.
Yeah, it's got to be Tony Gwynn.
Who did it in
1988.
1993.
1492.
1991 and 1997.
Whoa. Well, that's good.
TG.
Also, Giants are 23-37.
It's fine.
And, yesterday's game was fun, though, as they to open their series against the Brewers. And it was a nail-biter, got to be honest. In the end, though, Brewers edged the Giants 16-2.
Oh, they got the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, dang, 6-2? That's crazy.
Nope, 16.
Oh.
Yeah, 16.
Oh, that's much worse.
16-2. Well, then, other than every other part of the Giants, who's not?
Well, I know you've missed my soccer what's nots, so I'm going to go with Arsenal Football Club.
Yeah.
Who in the Champions League. They took 120 minutes against the the previous Champions League champions, PSG, but lost in penalties 4-3.
Man, the listener is sad. That's affected by that.
I heard a lot of Arsenal fans saying, like, hey, they should have won that. It was pretty close. Getting outpossessed. I feel like 72% to 28%.
Outpossessed.
I feel like if that happened to Manchester City, you wouldn't be who's nodding.
Yeah, if they only had 28% of the possession, I would say that they were not hot.
Also, real quick, who's not? The guy I just saw downstairs during the break.
Glenn?
Our guy, Richie. Oh, my God. So did you guys know why he was gone?
No.
Did you, Chris?
No.
He went back to Colorado. He came out here from Denver. He went back to Colorado, I believe Colorado Springs or somewhere near there, to do something called a Spartan race. 35 miles of running with obstacles in between at elevation.
35 miles? That doesn't sound right.
I asked him twice. He said it took him 13 hours.
Jeez.
And I'm going to describe, this is a family show. Watching him walk, if you told me that he had just housed 17 suppositories, I would believe you. I would 100%. Watching him walk it actually looks like he fell out of a treehouse and landed butt first on top of a fence. It's painful to watch. And I don't, he voluntarily did this. I said, did you lose a bet? Was this for a charity thing or something? He went out there. He flew out to Colorado at elevation to run 35 miles. No, we got to duck under some barbed wire and go through mud and dodge some things. And
that's one tough mudder.
I mean, yeah, right? Well, Mr. Thingy Iron Guy.
Half.
You're such an idiot, Chris. You're so stupid.
Oh, did you do a full Iron Man?
Mr. Iron Guy.
So stupid. Dude, I don't care if it's a quarter of an Iron Man. That's a quarter more than you and I are doing. I'll do an Iron Man of eating hot dogs. Golly. Anyway.
What's that like?
Of eating hot dogs? It's a great, you know what? The best part about it? The shadows. The silhouettes. It's my team of eating hot dogs.
At the dog park.
Let's go streaking, please.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing?
Streaking. All righty, Jason Ross.
All right, let's start with the guy who's not here. All-American Grandma, Anthony.
Yeah, little Tony.
Yes. He had a streak of 1. Yesterday, he selected Jung-Hoo Lee.
By the way, shout out to Christopher Laud for filling in for Anthony today.
Yeah, that's
You're doing a pretty good job.
Jung-Hoo Lee got up 4 times and got a hit, so Anthony's now at 2.
Chris, don't move. Don't move. Please don't move. Doesn't it look like his shirt says racist? Chris is wearing an Oasis shirt, but the way it's cut off, it's there you go. Okay.
Chris, it's Oasis.
Yeah.
Chris was at 0. He was trying to get to 1. He took Kevin McGonigal.
Oh, how'd that go? That's kind of a first time for him.
Let's find out. McGonigal got up 4 times and...
You gotta do this one for me, Billy. McGonigal.
Billy.
I got a hit.
Oh, he did.
1 for 4.
Okay.
So Chris is at 1.
Yeah.
Dave, you're at 2, trying to get to 3. You took Eddie De La Cruz.
I saw this clip the other day of Ted Lasso and MacGruber doing REO Speedwagon on Jimmy Fallon. Did you see that?
REO Speedwagon.
They did I Can't Fight This Feeling.
Oh.
You haven't seen that video?
No.
No, I'm not making a joke. It wouldn't. I didn't think it was great.
Because you're an idiot.
Just saying. I expected a lot out of it. I didn't like it.
You're an idiot.
You're an idiot. It's MacGruber. He can sing REO Speedwagon. Anyone ever find out what the REO stood for?
I don't know, but what did it sing? Can't fight
this feeling and Keep on Loving You.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. Anyways.
Oh, you're loco, man.
Loco, man.
You took L.A. De La Cruz, and you got a text from somebody that said, hey, he's going to be out. And he was out.
Oh, was he out? Okay.
So you stay at 2.
All right.
I was at 3 trying to get to 4, and I took Shohei Ohtani because Dave loves L.A.
I love L.A. He loves it. Yeah, that was great. Well done, Chris. All right.
He got up 4 times, and Shohei got 3 hits.
Hey,
so
wow.
I'm now at 4.
Oh, how come you don't get to love L.A.? Whatever.
Dave loves LA.
Oh, there he is.
Dave loves it.
Yeah, whispering in the background.
All right, so Dave, myself, and Chris, we all get to make a pick for today.
Don't give me harangue. Don't give me the orange juice tang. Don't give me Lana Lang. I want you to give me Shay Bang. Village. That's a lot.
What was your first one? Harangue?
Aaron Harangue.
Okay.
What? This guy named Aaron Harangue. Some say I look like him.
I'm going to take the catcher from the Baltimore Orioles, part-time catcher, Samuel Basallo.
That's incredibly random. Mm-hmm. What prompted that?
Just looked it up.
It's got a feeling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Picking an Oriole because I'm picking an Oriole today.
Who's it going to be? Who could it possibly be?
Jackson Holiday.
Okay.
Holiday.
And you got a hit last week, Chris. We didn't even really get to hear it. But see you tomorrow.
That's fine. All right. We'll take a break. When we come back, wait. Oh, I'm sorry. What are we? What's our out here?
Might be good. I don't know.
You think we're good?
Yeah, we're fine.
We're fine. We can keep going?
No.
No, we should take a break. We're breaking a little bit early because when we come back, really excited for this. I remember hearing it live in honor of Coach Rick Adelman today. Doug Christie and Jason Ross a few years back were able to speak at length with Coach Adelman as he went into the Hall of Fame. You're not going to want to miss this. It's coming up right after this.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Your business moves fast. Your bank should keep up. At Valley Strong Credit Union, business banking is built for momentum with tools that help you manage cash flow, streamline payments, and fuel growth. Right now, there's never been a better time to switch. Open a new Valley Strong business account and get 3 months of business banking products and services free, up to $750 in value to power your next big move. Because when your business runs stronger, the whole Valley does too. Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your business, grow your future at valleystrong.com/business.
Joe Fallon did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he commissioned a portrait of himself. Does Joe already know what he looks like? Yes. Do guests know what he looks like? Also yes. But not as art. It's Joe's savings, and if he wants to spend it on a velvet painting of himself with a white tiger at his feet, we say, roar, Joe, roar. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Sacramento, get ready because the Fasteners Inc. Super Sale is back. Friday, June 12th and Saturday, June 13th. Stop by Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet on Power Inn Road for crazy deals on DeWalt products. We're talking all of the lowest prices in Sacramento on bare tools, tool products, batteries, lasers, hand tools, outdoor power equipment, and so much more. Again, this DeWalt sale event will be June 12th from 7 till 5:30 and June 13th from 9 till 3 p.m. at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet on Power Inn Road. Visit fastenersinc.net for more info.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
All right, all day long we've been honoring the legacy of the greatest coach in Sacramento Kings history, Rick Adelman. Hopefully you had a chance to hear Kings head coach and shooting guard for Rick Adelman. Doug Christie joined us in the 8 o'clock hour. If you missed it, you have a chance to go back. It was really good stuff from Doug. But another thing we wanted you to hear when I was in the afternoons with Doug a few years back, it was the week that Rick Adelman and Yolanda Griffith and Chris Webber were all going into the Basketball Hall of Fame. And it was a really good conversation. And sadly, we lost Rick Adelman yesterday as he passed away. But we thought today would be the perfect opportunity, the right time to listen back to the conversation. You're going to hear me and Doug Christie and the Hall of Fame coach, Rick Adelman. All right, let's bring him in, the head coach of the Sacramento Kings in their best time ever. Your coach, Doug Christie,
Yes,
and
sir.
soon-to-be Hall of Famer, Coach Rick Adelman. Coach, how are you?
Good. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Doing great. We are so excited, so thrilled for you. Doug, I know you are absolutely thrilled.
Man, Coach, first of all, good to hear your voice. I hope all is well, family as well. You Pacific Northwest in that general vicinity?
Yeah, still in Portland. We'll be here. Our kids are here. Grandkids are here. We're not leaving anywhere.
Grandkids, I like the sound of that.
That is 12 of them. That's 12 of them.
Wow. Do you stay close to the game now? I mean, playing it, coaching it. How often are you watching hoops these days?
The only one I really watch, my son David is the assistant coach in Denver.
Yep.
And so we watched every game of theirs. So I kind of, they're the team that we watch, and they're a fun team to watch. Their center is incredible. Jokic, he is, if he's not, I hear LeBron James do all his things about Stephen Curry, who's had a great year, but this kid there's no one compares to him. Doug, you would love to play with him.
Oh my!
Awesome.
Let me tell you, Coach. First of all, we around here we voted for MVP, and he is my MVP. I think Jokic is spectacular, and I'm glad actually that you brought him up because Dave's doing a lot of great things up there with Denver. When you look at Jokic, there's so many similarities to him, Chris, and Vlade all in one. Do you see that? And has David asked you some questions about the ability to take advantage of that?
Oh no, we've talked about that, and he's done a lot of things with him. But he's such a unique player, Doug. I don't think people really understand who don't know the game how easy he makes the game.
Wow.
And some of the things he does are really difficult. I've never seen a guy. Chris and Vlade were great, but this guy, he sees the court like a guard. He sees the play happening. He tells people what to do. And the shots he makes in the lane are really tough. These turnaround one-footers, and he makes it just look so easy. Doug, the best thing about him, from what David tells me, is he's so easy to coach, and he's such a great teammate.
Wow.
He's so humble that he just plays. And he played every game during the season. And they tried the game to set out the last couple, and he says, "I'm not hurt. Why not play?" And so that's his attitude.
Well, just so you know, Chris and Vlade told me if you would have let them do that type of stuff, they would have done, it too.
Yeah, well, they were really good. But I just enjoy watching the Denver games because David's there.
Yeah.
But just because to watch him play. And I know he's really, really good because my wife, Mary Kay, loves him.
There you go. Well, Mary Kay loves him. It is signed, sealed, and delivered.
That's right.
That's awesome. Head coach, former head coach of the Sacramento Kings, soon to be a Hall of Famer, Rick Adelman, joining us. Coach, we've had several people on talking about you, and universally, and Doug has said this, we had Jay Will yesterday, which is just an amazing storyteller as well. But they all said
Jay Will was on?
He was.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I'd love to talk to him again.
Well, we got to find out, Coach, why didn't you allow him to, what was it, Doug, under the bus on the way to the plane?
Yeah, well, that's a whole, we're going there right off the top?
I guess.
Okay. You remember grabbing him from underneath the bus. We had a bet. We paid him some money. He thought he was underpaid, Coach. He was going to ride underneath the bus to the hotel. It was freezing outside, and you did not allow that.
Well, that's what made me a really good coach.
So one of the stories, I hadn't heard this, what he said to me, because I told him that I had a moment with you after I left here, actually, and I was in Jamaica, and I had left the Magic, and you called me out of nowhere just to check on me, and I said, those are the things that make Coach Adelman so special. And he said in his very first game, you guys were playing in the Alamo Dome, he said, first of all, D, This was the biggest arena, anything that I had ever been in. The bus pulls into the arena, not up to it. It pulled into it. And he said right before we went on to the court, Coach Adelman pulled me aside and said, hey, Jason, if you throw a behind-the-back pass into the audience, next time just pass it with your left hand. And those type of moments, are those some of the things that you miss with your players?
Yeah, Doug, this thing happened, and so many things come back. It's hard to, really realize when you start thinking about the players that I've had. Those are the moments. And then I had a great coaching staff with me. But those were the moments. I mean, Jason, someone asked me about him, and I told the story about, we were in Madison Square Garden playing. It was a full crowd. And Jason's going down for a breakaway all by himself. There's no one around, but Chris is trailing. Instead of laying it in, he throws it off the board. And, Chris dunks it. And the place went crazy. And I looked at him, and I just went, okay, I'll deal with that. You could have laid it in, but that's who made Jason was. He was so special in that regard. The way he played and everything else. And really, to be honest with you, that was one of the hardest decisions we ever had to make when we traded him for Mike.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just another story with him is I just had a meeting with Jason that day. And we were in there and we were meeting and we were talking about next year. And he left. And half hour later, we get a call from Vancouver about Mike. And I felt like, God, this sounds really bad for Jay. Because here all of a sudden I talked to him and then we traded him.
Wow.
And it was just, it's one of those times you have to deal with when you're coaching or a general manager. But I just loved him. And there's so many players. That team, Doug, that team was special.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just the way they played, but the guys on it and the way they got along. And, it was just a fun team to coach. It was so easy to coach.
Coach.
And I think, go ahead.
When you, because to cut you off, when you think of that team, what I think of in many ways is I think of culture and different things. How, or did you contemplate how you were putting it together and how it was going to work? Because you were seamless in the way that you went about it, and it was a lot of different personalities, but the culture was one of, I think it was a shining example of you. It was love and respect, and it just worked together. Was that like a plan? How did you do that?
No, I think, one thing you try to do when you're coaching, and, I like I said, I thought about this now, but look at my Portland team was a totally different team in Sacramento. But in a lot of ways, it was the same in the way the guys approached it and how you dealt with them. In Sacramento, the one thing that I think people don't understand, and they asked me about that team, and it was great, but that was the smartest team I've ever had. I mean, people talked about us. I mean, you played defense, but a lot of times people said we didn't play defense. But in the playoffs, that we were really good.
Yeah.
Because guys locked in and they were smart. They knew what we were doing. And that's the thing I remember about that team. But, that team was put together. When I took the job, Vlade and Chris show up, and Vlade's a free agent. Chris agreed to come. And then we just started adding people. We had Jason, and then we added you, and we just started adding people. Paisley was already there. But it was so easy as a team to coach because you guys were so smart. And we put things in, and with Lottie and Chris, you could go through them, and a lot of things could happen. Mike was great. You handled the ball. I mean, it really wasn't that hard of a team to coach. And I think that you guys really developed that team. I kind of let you play, but, you developed that team. Bobby Jackson, another guy, what a great team it was, and what a unique individuals it was, too. And I think back on it, it's just nothing but good memories, except the end.
Yeah.
Stop the interview, cut the tape. Coach called me smart.
I heard it.
You heard it, right?
But, Coach, I wonder if you would have been blessed to get that team right out of the chute you already had experience, and obviously you recognized that they were talented, but you needed every piece. It sounds like you had ultimate trust in that group. Did you always have that as a coach, really letting players develop their own game?
Yeah, I did. And it's something I learned when I was in Portland. I was assistant coach there for Jack Ramsey, and then I got the head job. And I just observed what Jack did, and Mike Shirley was there after Jack. And then I had a chance to get the job. And, I looked at it and observed it. And I had coached in junior college in in Salem, Oregon, for 6 years. So I kind of went through, how to learn how to coach there. But then when I got the job in Portland, I saw you had to treat each player individually. You couldn't just the really good players, a certain way, but you had to say, the players, they had to feel that they could succeed in the system you had them in. And if you did that, they would go along with you. And then you could get together as a group and you could be successful. And I had that. I learned that in Portland. Of course, in Sacramento, the same way. So, yeah, you kind of have a feeling for how to deal with people. And some players are really, really hard, and some players are really easy. Like Doug was really easy. He wasn't hard. But there were some players who were really hard, and you had to deal with them differently. But that's the way it is in the NBA.
Coach, take us back. A young coach, or not even before coach. So you end up going to Loyola Marymount, then you
Right.
make into the NBA. At what point in your process did you say to yourself, "I think I want to be a coach"?
Doug, I was pretty simple. I just when I was playing in the NBA, which I never thought I'd play in the NBA. I didn't. When I made the NBA, I played 7 years, but I always wanted to be a coach. And I thought I wanted to teach in high school. That was what I thought was going to do. That's what a lot of my friends did, and that's what I wanted to do. But then when I played in the NBA and came out of the NBA, and I thought, well, I'm going to be able to get a job. I played, and I interviewed for a couple of high schools in Southern California, and no way. I had no experience. And they just put aside that I had I couldn't do it, which really shocked me. Obviously, I just thought, geez, I think I can do this. And then I got a call from a person I know. Well, Larry Steele actually is the one who called me. And they said there's a job at a community college in Salem, and so we were going to drive up there on vacation. And so I went down and interviewed. And they hired me, and it was just a great chance for me and a great opportunity. And then having Jack Ramsey call me and ask me if I was interested, I couldn't believe that, because you talk about Hall of Fame, Jack Ramsey to me is Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
Well, now you're on that list and telling that story for where what you wanted to do at the beginning to end up in the Basketball Hall of Fame as a head coach. Who were some of the people that you think of when you got that incredible call this last week?
Oh, just about everybody. The first person I thought of was my wife. She's the one who stuck through all those years with me. But as people, Jack Ramsey obviously gave me opportunity, and I can't say enough about him. And then Harry Glickman, was in Portland. Paul Allen was the owner here, and he gave me a shot. A 1-year contract, and I think Harry had a lot to do with that. But the people here in Portland, in Sacramento, it's Jeff Petrie and Wayne Cooper, and the group in Sacramento is a staff. Those two, Scotty Sterling, Jerry Reynolds, what a great staff that was. And so I think about them. I think about my assistant coaches, John Wetzel, who was with me for years. Elson Turner was in Sacramento with me, Terry Porter, just all those type of people. But then there's people that are with you, like the trainers. I had Mike Sheminsky and Pete Youngman, and you just go on and on and on. There's so many people that are involved in a career that you're thankful for, but you can't thank them all. but maybe I can at the ceremony.
With a long overdue Hall of Fame, right here with us, Rick Adelman. Coach, you mentioned John Wetzel. We had him on yesterday, I'm gonna get to that.
Oh my God!
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
no doubt. I tracked him down, so I'll get to that in a second.
Well, he's over in Hawaii. Oh, no, he was in Hawaii. That's
he's in Arizona right now, but he's on his way to Hawaii. Yeah. He told us that. When I think of you, Coach, I ran into many coaches in my career, and I always say that you were the best. There were so many different aspects of I learned the game of basketball. I was a hooper, but I learned the game of basketball here with you. And the one word that comes to mind is loyalty. That because you were one of the only coaches that, like, a guy wouldn't lose his position if he got injured. When he came back, he would. But what is loyalty? And I say that because I know you and Mary Kay and your family, it means so much to you, but also just that's the word that comes to mind when I think of you. What does loyalty mean to you?
Well, it's everything, Doug. I mean, you can't, especially in the NBA business. I mean, it's cut and dry, and it's cutthroat.
Yeah.
And so you have to have people with you. You can't have somebody with you that has an agenda.
Mm-hmm.
And I always saw that, and I felt that Jack Ramsey had that, totally loyal to the people who work for him and the players, and I just think that's so important that my coaching staff especially, they had to be loyal. Not that they had to do everything because of what you wanted. It's just they had your back, because it's not easy. But I always felt like that's one thing I tried to do is give my coaching staff input into what we were doing. I made the decision, but I listened to them. And you mentioned John. I mean, what a terrific individual he is.
Yeah.
And it just he was talking about loyal. He was loyal, except he went out and retired on me, which I didn't like. I tried to talk him back when we went to Houston, but he had done with it. And you live in Arizona and living in Hawaii, that's not bad.
Yeah.
So, but he was unique in that way, and all the coaches I had with me, because I saw other times where guys weren't loyal, and that's just not right.
Yeah.
And I think the players sense it too if you're not loyal. They sense it. And so I always tried to be that because that's so important to me.
You mentioned something else, and we talked to Wetz about this, that I always found it was fascinating because when you go through the NBA, as you know, Coach, you see different characters and different stuff. But you were always of the mindset that it struck me like you didn't have to think that you were the smartest guy in the room, even though you were making the decisions, and many times you were. And you allowed Coachy, you allowed John Wetzel, you allowed E.T., you allowed TP, you allowed us to have a voice in what was going on, and I always found that refreshing. Where did you pick that, or just the belief in yourself that you didn't feel threatened?
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess it's something you learn as you go on. But like I said, I mentioned Portland before because I had a great experience there, and I had players who were like in Sacramento, unbelievable players. I mean, Buck Williams and Clyde, Terry. I mean, that team was so unique to me. And unfortunately, we've lost 3 or 4 of those guys who were on that team.
Yeah.
They've died. And
yes.
that just really killed me when that started happening. But I went to Golden State, and I found out things aren't so easy. I thought I had it all because I had success in Portland. I found out I didn't have it all. And when you lose and you have a lot of turmoil on that team, a lot of backstabbing and all that type of stuff, and you have to understand that you're not in it by yourself. And like the players, you said, players had to have input. If they're playing the game, they're the ones who are out there. I see things, and there may be something I see that's not right. And the players have to have a right to say that to me. And if we're going over a game plan, they have to have the right to give their input. Now, you may not agree with it all the time, because on that team too, I can pick out a few players who have their own opinion. But still, you have to just listen to everybody, but you also have to be strong enough to say, no, I think this is the way it is. This is the way it should be. And because you live and die with the consequences.
Yeah. Speaking of that, Coach, to me, this was easy. It's a no doubt you're a Hall of Famer, but much like players have to live through that, but they did not win a championship conversation. You were so dominant in Portland, in Sacramento, and racked up just boatloads of wins in the top 10 all time. How do you think of your time when you got to the finals, when you did lose to the Lakers? What are those memories like for you? How do you look back on those times?
Awful. Just awful. No, I mean, it was really hard. I mean, in Portland, when we went to the finals, the first time we went, we played Detroit, who was defending champion, and our team really wasn't ready for that. That we split on the road and lost 3 games at home, which we never did in Portland. But the next time when we played Chicago, we had a pretty good team with Michael Jordan and all those guys. But we had a great chance in that series. But it's so disappointing because you don't know if you're ever going to get it back. And then Sacramento, I don't know if I have the words to describe that Lakers series. I just felt we were the much better team. We should have won. I don't want to go through all the circumstances that happened, but Horry hits that shot, and at the end of the game, that comes out of nowhere. But then our team played so hard. I think they were the best team in the NBA that year. So it's really hard when you don't succeed and you don't reach that pinnacle because things happen that can turn it right around the other way, that go negative, and you never get it back. But I don't regret it. I don't regret it. I just choose to enjoy the moment, enjoy the teams. I mean, I had 3 really good situations in Portland, Sacramento, and Houston. So it was fun. I was lucky. I was really lucky. The coaches and the team I had, I couldn't ask for more.
Coach, I'm gonna. We're going to have C. Webb on as well, and I'm going to pose this question to him because what I found is talking about the game daily has helped me. Not winning that was it's one of the biggest regrets. It's something that I think about constantly. It's very difficult to live with. How do you process? How do you, and I'm going to ask Webb this question too. How do you deal with that? This has been therapy. Like even talking to you, to me, is therapeutic. But being on the radio every day and the Kings fans, they have been fantastic. But how do you deal with those things?
It's difficult. I think you have to choose to maybe remember the good things because that's what we've been talking about. You talked about the players. You talk about the assistant coaches. You talk about the people around the team. I choose to think about that. But that series, that was the toughest thing I've ever went through. And I took a lot of heat afterwards because I made some comments about it. And I believe those comments to this day. So I truly believe that we were a better team. But I choose to think about the team we had and the good part about it.
Yeah.
We had a chance. Yeah, we came up short, although somehow we came up short. But it really irritates me when I think about it. But, Doug, I look at those around the league, and it just really gets to me when people talk about this guy as the championship. The guy's, he's won a championship. And how many guys did not win a championship or have that opportunity?
Yeah.
I mean, I think Karl Malone's worse than he was because he didn't win.
Right.
Or Stockton, and Jerry Sloan coached that team. Those people are pretty damn good players and coaches. They didn't win. But when people say that's the most important thing, I hear sometimes a player, they said he's won 3 championships, and the guy hardly played.
Yeah.
But he's a champion because he won 3 championships. Now, I have to look at what the person did on the court and everything he did in his life, and then those are people I think about. So I just try to take the high road and think about the good times. And, you know, this award makes me think a lot about that now because, you know, you move on with your lives and things go past. But this thing has kind of brought home a lot of things to me.
You know, we just had Terry Porter on, and I said this to him. I say it to Jason. You know, I think you're one of the greatest coaches of all time, and I think that you don't get the respect that is truly due only because you didn't win a championship. And I truly I don't think that's right. I think you were innovative. I think that a lot of the things that we watch, and Steve Kerr said as much to me. He said, the first night that he became head coach, they played here in Sacramento, and I was just starting on this side of the microphone. I asked him, I said, what are you guys going to do, Coach, different than Mark Jackson did? And he kind of pondered for a second, then he looked at me and he goes, I'm going to be honest with you. We're going to steal a lot of the stuff that you guys did. We're going to put Bogut at the high post, and we're going to cut off of him and set picks, and that's the difference. And they get the flowers, and you haven't, and it's only because of that. And I think that is a disservice in the highest regard. And this is an event that is long overdue, Coach.
Well, thank you. And would I be the different person because I won a championship or had a ring standing around my office here? I don't think so. So I really would love to win a championship, maybe win 5, 6 of them, but I didn't. But, you know, I did do some pretty decent things. And, you know, you mentioned Chris, and you ask you one question for me.
Uh-huh.
When we got him and Vlade was there, and people talk about the offense we ran, and he probably doesn't even know this, but, you know, we play the games, and Chris had a habit of just going to the left elbow, either to play pick and roll or to catch him. I mean, he just gravitated to that left elbow. And Vlade kind of went to the right side, maybe because Chris was at the left. So we talked about a staff. I talked to staff. I said, well, hell, let's run something with Chris is at the left elbow, Vlade at the right. And so we started going through Chris there, and we did it. And then, you know, he loved that side of the court. And that's how our offense, we developed the offense. Now, you guys made all the options and gave us all this stuff that we could do out of it, but that's really how we thought about that. Well, let's use that, you know, and it worked.
I would say.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I guess that made me a really good coach. I recognize that Chris liked the left side and I liked the right side.
Well, Coach, just on that note, too, I mean, obviously it's a terrific honor for you, but to have Webb sharing that weekend and even Yolanda Griffith here from the Monarchs, the Sacramento Trio, how special is it for you to share that with Chris?
I was really happy when they called me and told me that I had been inducted, and I didn't know until I saw the paper later that Chris got inducted. I just think it's great. You know, it's so really looking forward to him coming in at the same time as me. I haven't talked to Chris since all this happened, but tell him for me, congratulations. And I just, you know, I think it really is unique that both of us going in at the same time. He should have been before this. But that's down the road. I don't know I really didn't expect this. I was so surprised because I didn't know the criteria. You know, who's voting on it? What, you know, how's it all work? So I didn't really know it. I didn't expect it. But I'm so happy for him, and I'm happy for myself.
Coach, you got to coach in 2 unique places, and through Jerome Kersey, a friend of mine, rest in peace, Jerome, I got to come around and see that Portland atmosphere. And this one in Sacramento was very reminiscent of that.
Right.
For you, I mean, you know, the old barn isn't there anymore, but what does the Sacramento faithful mean to Rick Adelman?
Oh, boy. You really can't define it or really realize what it's like. You do, and people who work there, like Jason, you know, Sacramento was incredible. The fans were just incredible. I mean, that place would just rock when we played. But the thing about it is the community. You go out to the community, and everybody knew who you were, and, you know, everybody was a Kings fan. And it really reminded me of Portland when we had our success. because they were kind of the same way. And that's what that's one of the things I really appreciate, and that we raised some of our kids in Portland because we were there for 13 years. And then we were the next group in Sacramento because we were there for 8 years. And that made it really unique because it's special. When you're in a situation like that, the Sacramento people are so nice and the fans were so good. And I think they still are. I don't know. I've only been to one game. I think they flew us up for an event, and I only went to one game, but it sure seemed like the same. That they're just really fans. And it's so exciting to just like to see them do well again. They have a good young team. So hopefully maybe they can turn it around and get to the playoffs and reward those people. I haven't been to the new arena, so I don't know what it's like.
Okay, well, let's first of all, let's remedy damn that. I don't even know what that means. Let's get that out of the way. Two ending things for you, Coach. First, I love you and I appreciate you, and I'm so happy I got a chance to say it. Also, G-Man says hello.
Yeah.
Is that right? How's he doing?
He is spectacularly fine. His hair is still as perfect as it ever was. And he just texts me. He's listening, and he says hello. So I had to get that in there as well.
I appreciate that. I really appreciate that.
Well, there's lots of love on our messages here, on our social media. People love you, Coach. We love you out here. You definitely have to come out here to feel that love after the Hall of Fame, and we got to get you out here for a game for sure.
Yeah, love to Mary Kay and everybody.
I appreciate to your family, too.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you. That is
Rick
Adelman,
How about
soon-to-be basketball Hall of Famer.
Yes, sir. Well deserved, and, man, long overdue. What the hell is wrong with you people? Are you joking me?
Yeah.
The X Games are coming to Sacramento. Join Kayla Anderson at Sactown Sports 1140 at Cal Expo Center from June 26th through the 28th to watch the top action sports athletes in the world go head-to-head with 3 days of high-octane competition, BMX, skateboarding, and Moto X, plus live music from global electronic music icon Cascade, Grammy-winning producer Artist Mustard, and DJ Subtronics. Get your tickets today at xgames.com. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Oh, the Sacramento heat. Right now, get your AC professionally tuned up for as low as just $59 and enjoy your summer nice and cool. Plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com. Summer restrictions apply. License 696-355.
To 15-year-old Harper, buying an $80 vintage rock t-shirt is a great investment. To Harper's mom, this logic has a few holes in it. So she helped Harper open a Wells Fargo Clear Access banking account. With no overdraft fees and tools to track spending, Harper's learning, one heavy metal tee at a time. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/deposit disclosures for details.
Injured and you're considering an LA law firm looking to charge you 45% to 50% in attorney's fees? That's overcharging. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years, and I can tell you no matter how complicated your injury case, you should never be charged 45% or 50% in attorney's fees ever. Direct, experienced, unrelenting, and honest local representation matters. It's called Home Court Advantage for a reason. Ashton & Price serious local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries. So for the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Progressive's accident response can detect and send help when you need it most, after a major car accident. But other accidents, you're on your own. Like when you accidentally call your wife Mom. When you accidentally say Happy Holidays on someone's birthday. When you accidentally wave at someone you thought was waving at you. We can't help with those accidents, but Progressive's accident response provides peace of mind after major car accidents. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Limited availability in California. Driver is responsible for emergency and towing charges not covered by the policy.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Today, we're talking about how you don't have to earn more when you can save more.
Okay, so you brought me this stat. T-Mobile customers had the lowest wireless bills versus Verizon and AT&T over the past 5 years. That seems surprising.
Yeah, when I first heard it, I thought, okay. But when the experts at HarrisX broke it down, it was true for millions of families.
They have a 5-year price guarantee on experience plans and America's Best Network, plus lower bills. I'm not hearing any sacrifice here.
Which is what people need right now. Reliability, predictability. Affordable wireless service isn't a perk. It's a difference. And listeners, if you don't believe me, you can check it out at T-Mobile.com/switch.
Best mobile network based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. Price guarantee on talk, text, and data exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Based on HarrisX billing snapshots from Q3 21 to Q4 25 compared to average AT&T and Verizon bills. Comparison excludes discounts, credits, and optional charges. For more details, see harrisx.com/T-Mobile-bills.
Sacramento's best selection, best quality, and lowest prices on kitchen and bath products are at the new Anova Cabinet and Stone. For a limited time, get stunning new quartz countertops starting at just $159. That's right, only $159 for gorgeous quartz countertops. Listen to this. For a limited time, cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms are up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off new cabinets. It's a must-see. The new Anova Cabinet and Stone at Florin Road and Highway 99. Learn more at AnovaCabinetStone.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be fun.
Yeah! It's time for What's on Deck. Brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing.
Yes! What's on Deck? Brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing. Man, that was awesome. That was really cool. That was really, really cool. That if you missed the interview, that was Jason and Doug back when Doug was working afternoons with Jason here, talking to Coach Adelman right before he went into the Hall of Fame. That was a stroll down memory lane. And
good to hear him,
and good to hear his personality.
Yes,
like he was relaxed. He was happy. That was awesome. Not much. If you're a sucker for torture, how about the Giants and Brewers? That's neat. That was fun yesterday. That's at 4:40. And then the Athletics back at it in Chi-Town, Jump versus Town. And the A's need to win some ball games.
Yeah, they do. Got to find their groove because it's gone. Yeah. Mariners keep winning, too.
Do you know who they should call?
Who?
Stella.
To get the groove back?
Yeah. She knew.
Yeah.
She got her groove back.
She did get it back.
Actually, I've never seen that movie. I hope that's a good reference.
I have.
Is Chris wearing my sport coat?
Well, you figured it out a lot quicker than
we thought you would.
Were you wearing it? You weren't wearing it during the break, though, right? Okay. No. You know what? I'm fine with that. You ever you know what? Jason, you want to Kyle?
That's like when you were in here, I was kind of blocking you from seeing it hanging.
Oh, okay. That's why you were contorting all weird. I just thought you were stretching. Hey, that'd be kind of a cool little thing. I don't know what the Kings, if they're going to do whatever. That'd be kind of cool for a game next year. Fans all roll up in mock turtlenecks and sport coats.
Yeah. First 15,000 fans get a Kings turtleneck.
There you go. Mock turtleneck.
I used to wear a few mocks.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
To Rick.
Well, we've talked about it before.
You think coaches will go back to wearing suits? Probably not.
They don't want to.
I know. Doug should wear one in homage.
I think so.
Just one night.
Just one night. That would be cool, man.
On that night, and have David Adelman there playing, and then have him wear that.
Maybe on like one of the first weeks or whatever of the season, all the coaches wear a sport coat and a mock turtleneck.
Yeah.
But then I wonder, like, do the coaches think of it the same? Like, we associate Rick with that, but do other coaches even think about that? Like,
I'm not sure.
If we were to ask Doug when he was on, I'd be like, hey, Doug, what did Rick used to wear on the sideline? He'd be like, I don't know, a suit.
Yeah, no, because he did wear ties sometimes, but I always think of him as a mock turtleneck.
Always think of it as a mock turtleneck.
If Doug started dressing like he did as a broadcaster, he'd be the best coach in the NBA.
I couldn't agree with you more.
That's dress coach.
Am I wrong? I probably am wrong, but like, I kind of miss seeing the coaches in suits.
Yeah.
I do. Like, it doesn't work in baseball. Like, it's too hot. Right,
yeah, but they're wearing They're wearing the uniform.
They're wearing the uniform, yeah. Right? Which
that's the weird one.
That would not work in basketball.
How about in football?
Football would be funny.
Full pads.
Who was it? Was it Mike Nolan that did the suit?
Yes,
for a while.
Tom Landry.
Tom Landry did the suit.
Didn't he have to get his made from Reebok because there was some weird football rule?
And I thought it had like a Niner logo on it or something too. Maybe
Mooch did it, right? Mariucci.
Did he do it?
No.
I couldn't. Maybe
he seems like a polo guy.
Yeah.
Really?
I think that would actually be very cool. Amid Rock says, is it Amid Rock? Amid Rock? Could it be Italian? Amid Roach?
Mid Rock, he must be a big Beatles fan.
You mean the shirt that band is literally your favorite band? They are a knockoff of the Beatles, but okay. All right, that's fine. We need to get Jason Ross in the Sports Broadcasting Hall of Fame for that segment.
Wow.
That's a nice
for
comment.
that one? I'll take
nothing,
it.
but nothing else.
Nothing else.
That's the
fine.
only thing
Hey.
you've ever done that was, and that
Put
was
it on
really
the plaque.
Good. No, he didn't. Yes, he did. Yeah. I like that idea. I like the idea of sport coats at the games. That'd be a good look. They have tarps off everywhere else in baseball. Let's do coats on for Kings games. The tarps off thing, by the way, is starting to expand.
It is.
If you noticed that or not? And I think I'm for it. But also, I think it looks great on TV. Also, how about the guy and his wife, or guy and his kids, or girl and her kid, whatever group you want to put together. But let's say what about the couple that's sitting in section 184, and you that's just where your season tickets are, and now you're surrounded by a bunch of sweaty, topless dudes.
I went tarps off the other day.
Did you really?
The A's game.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Took the shirt off?
Of course.
Wow. How'd that go?
Comfortable.
Were there other tarps off too, or just you?
Solo mission.
Just you, shirt off?
Yeah.
Where was that on TV? A's broadcast
I'm right in front of the camera.
Wow.
But they shoot over me.
Wow. That's my favorite Jason Ross tarp off.
That's my least.
In the pool.
I'm in the pool yesterday.
I thought about going to the pool yesterday.
This is the height of luxury.
I'm on a streak. 3 days in a row? Yeah.
I might go in today.
Yeah. A little warm today.
It is. Yeah, it is warm. I did go near the pool. I felt the temperature with my hand, and then
chilly.
I think I explained this the other day. I got one of them the temperature gun for cooking, and apparently my crazy youngest dog is a cat because she chases around the little red dot everywhere. So then what I was doing is I was just going around the backyard red dotting, the cement was 120, and then I red dotted the pool, and it said it was 83.
Oh, nice. Warmer than mine.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think mine was 78. Chilly.
That's
I'm attempting to dazzle Dave.
But refreshing.
Once you get in and avoid the heart attack.
No, because you just jump in. I tell you, you waltz in. I just run and cannonball.
You're close with the wall, them ballerinas are on their tippy toes and doing that. That is kind of me getting in, very gingerly.
I mean, it's literally, this is the feeling. You run, you jump in. There's it's gonna be cold, and then you're underwater, and there's a little bit of a shock to the system. Ooh, okay, and then I'm up. I'm good, completely good, totally fine.
I'm just so afraid of having a heart attack. I'm obsessed with the fact that I would just seize up.
I guess I could, but
no, I don't want you to.
I don't either.
I'm not rooting for that.
I just go.
I wouldn't. If that happened to you, I promise you,
you'll be like, I warned him.
I would not do that.
Okay.
I would not say I
Chris
told you.
Chris would laugh.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I'd be like, hey, Chris, what did it sound like when Jason jumped in the pool and had a heart attack? Chris would be like, that's what your first day back.
Would you? How soon until you laugh at the drop?
I wouldn't.
Ever?
Well, okay, eventually I would. Once you made a full recovery.
I think it would be
I'm recovering from a heart attack?
Jason's first day back, and I'm saying, hey, Jason, I actually got sound of you having your heart attack.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want me to play it for you? And then I just go,
yeah. And then you probably add something. It'd be like, splash or splash. All right, we'll take, okay. Enough of Jason having a heart attack in the pool. We'll take a break. When we come back, show ain't over.
No.
Brad Miller's going to join us.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Brad Miller. We've talked to Doug.
During Crosstalk?
Basically, yeah. I mean, this is the first ever guest during Crosstalk, I think, but it's worth it.
Making history.
As the bearded, long-haired one will join us right after this.
The X Games are coming to Sacramento. Join Kayla Anderson at Sactown Sports 1140 at Cal Expo Center from June 26th through the 28th to watch the top action sports athletes in the world go head-to-head with 3 days of high-octane competition, BMX, skateboarding, and Moto X, plus best live music from global electronic music icon Cascade, Grammy-winning producer Artist Mustard, and DJ Subtronics. Get your tickets today at xgames.com. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Now that Wendy's has these new biggie deals, everyone in the family can get what they're craving, from nugs to JBCs. The parental units can get an $8 biggie bundle, the eldest who think they're so grown can get a $6 biggie bag, and the little one who can do no wrong can get a $4 biggie bites. You know, assuming they have a credit card. No, I'm kidding. We take cash too. 4, 6, and $8 biggie deals for the whole family. Only at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Today on the pod, we're talking to Joan, a method actor and scratchers enthusiast. So, Joan, what do you like about playing scratchers?
Well, as a method actor, it's about becoming the ticket. Scratching up, down, stage left, stage right.
So what's your motivation? Because your performance feels so real.
Oh, I was just tapping into my inner scratchers.
Incredible.
Yes. Bravo me.
Scratchers from the California Lottery. A little play can make your day. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 years or older to purchase player claim.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
This feeling is brought to you by Aleve for back pain relief. What feeling is that, you ask? Well, it's the feeling you feel when you have relief from back pain. That move how you want to, not how you have to feeling. That keep going through your day without slowing down feeling. The kind that brings you back to yourself all day long without interruption. Oh yeah. Because Aleve offers long-lasting pain relief. Feel up to 12 hours of back pain relief with one dose. Feel Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
Sacramento. Get ready because the Fasteners Inc. Super Sale is back on Friday, June 12th and Saturday, June 13th. Stop by Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet on Power In Road for crazy deals on Milwaukee tools. We're talking 20% off all Milwaukee Packout, hand tools, and tool accessories. Free goods and dollars off your order and certain spend amounts. And overall insane deals on Milwaukee batteries and Bear tools again. June 12th from 7 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. and June 13th from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet. Visit fastenersinc.net for more info.
Catch the future of San Francisco Giants baseball right here in Sacramento with the Sacramento River Cats at Sutter Health Park. See tomorrow's stars take the field today and be part of the big league journey. Get your River Cats baseball tickets now at rivercats.com.
Hi, I'm Adam Johnson here with Golf Fitness Solutions. If you want more distance, less pain, better mobility, and a body that holds up for 18 holes, come see us. We're expanding in Carmichael, and you're invited to our grand opening party on June 13th from noon to 4. Tour our new space, meet the team, try the simulator challenge, see if you can make a hole-in-one, and learn how golf-specific training, stretching, massage, and assessments can help your game. Call 916-802-5175 or visit us at golffitnesssolutions.com for more information.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
All right. Okay, all right. Good morning. This will be kind of a truncated crosstalk with Matt and Kayla. Normally we do not schedule.
Our wires are crossed.
Yeah, this is
I know, literally.
Hilarious.
This
wonderful.
is a mess.
This is how we do it.
Pretty soon we're all
This
going
is how we do it. La 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 la.
I feel like that went in a different direction.
Like Family Ties at the end.
Yeah, that's exactly what it. She went Family Ties. Sha la la la.
is.
Matt's like, I don't know what
Montel Jordan.
Yeah, baby.
Doug
Saw him
Christie's
in concert.
roommate.
What?
I was going to see if they could guess.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, no, ask.
That's like two truths and a lie.
That's so cool.
All right, wait, what about this? Hey, guys, what one-hit wonder artist was a roommate of Doug Christie's?
Montel Jordan.
Same
It's
page.
like that game. Oh, by the way, we're waiting for Brad. Oh, we are. We got Brad. All right, then we're not waiting for Brad anymore. As we'll switch around.
Waiting on you.
Please joining us right now. Once had cornrows, now has long hair and looks like basketball Santa. The one, the only Brad Miller. Brad, thanks for joining us. Good morning.
It's not long hair anymore.
Oh, we're on a delay, so we can't see you yet. You chopped it off, dude.
Yeah, got the little modern mullet-ish look.
That fits.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Look, we're always having fun because Brad's a great guy. But nice enough to join us for just a couple minutes. Brad, we talked to Doug earlier. Jason, we just replayed an interview with Jason and Doug when he was working here, talking to Coach Adelman right before he went into the Hall of Fame. That was incredibly good. But having you on here and hearing from, we can do whatever we want, but hearing players that actually experience Coach Adelman is what's special. And you coming over from Indiana, how were your first interactions with Coach?
I mean, it was. I remember talking to him at the All-Star game when I was with the Pacers. You know, he was just like such a chill coach. You know, that was like my first interaction. Like basically him and all the assistants that he had that were down there. I was like, dang, these guys are all pretty cool. And then obviously the style, but I say like the first 2 minutes of practice, my first time in Sac, it was like, I wish I would have been around this guy and this system a lot longer. Today's tough. Sorry.
No.
I've been doing good. But I've been talking to a lot of players. Got the Houston on today. Talked to Minnesota guys. Talked to a bunch of Kings guys. Petrie, security, you name it. Today's been a tough day.
Yeah.
I was fine yesterday. This morning's being tough. Sorry.
Don't be sorry, Brad.
Yeah, fully understandable. I mean, Brad, your best years were here. How much of that, obviously you deserve credit for that, but how much would you give Coach Adelman for that too?
I mean, at time I just think about, what he meant to me as a player. He was, I had prep school coaches that really believed in me. And then when I got here, it was just like he welcomed me like I was part of the family, like from day one. And it was just like, obviously people look at the way my game expanded when I got here is because he believed in me. His system, his style was like, it was a dream come true from a kid from Indiana to be able to pass the ball, be involved. I was a point guard. I grew late, so I was always involved. And then, I grew. So then I was the big guy from back in the day, just the center. Then, like I say, he opened up a whole new world, that I knew I had, but I haven't been able to show it because no coach ever gave me the confidence, to do it. So, like I said, he meant a lot more to me than a lot of people. Maybe, I don't know, but, I won't miss that guy.
Brad Miller joining us, and dude, I'm just going to take a beat because you can hear in your voice as we visit with people just how much he meant, and I really want to compliment you for being this vulnerable, Brad, and appreciate it. And I'll try to, I'm not going to say lighten the mood, but look, you are a personality, and we talked earlier about Chris and Doug, and of course Vlade and Vernon Maxwell, John Barry, all these unique free spirits, if you will. Everybody was different, and to the public, Rick was always he was Coach Adelman. He was to the point. It was business. He was guarded with the media, but there had to be something, Brad, about him letting you be you that really resonated as well.
Yeah, like I say, it's confidence. He entrusted his players out there. He wasn't a over micromanager that He trusted his players, and then, like I said before, I said it the other day, not every coach really truly trusts their players out there. And when you can feel that as the players, you hold yourself accountable more, and that's what I loved about him. It was like he coached to where we held each other to a higher standard because we wanted to win, we wanted to be successful because he instilled us wanting to be successful in every person. You know, like I said, you all know Sacramento. I mean, I got to play with them in Houston, and you know, right before I got there, I had this crazy 22-game win streak. Like, you know, he never won a championship, but he did a lot of great things in this league for a lot of players. You know, Kyle Lowry from Houston, I was just reaching out with this morning. And I think that's what I got. Another one that got me started today, you know, like I got to see him as a youngster, and I saw Rick like, man, you're good. Like, go out there and play. And like, look how great of a career Kyle Lowry had after, you know, Houston playing for Rick, just went on to, you know, do great things. And, you know, up in Minnesota, I got to see a real young team. And, you know, so I got to see him grow as a coach in different places, different scenarios around a ton of different teammates that all played for Rick. So, you know, I got to see it on, you know, many different levels and 3 different locations, which, you know, for me, like I said, it was over half my career. I played pretty much with Rick Adelman as my coach, and, you know, I'm thankful for that.
Brad, we've heard so many stories about how innovative. You've talked about how he let you guys be you. He trusted players. The stuff we've heard from others, Doug shared this earlier, is how funny he could be. We didn't get to see that much, the sneaky funny part. What was he like off the court that brought some of those funny moments?
Like I just say, he was like a one-line king. You won't hear anything, and then he could just be walking by while you could be stretching, or you could be getting off onto the bus, walking past him. And it was just, like I said, I don't remember the lines, but it was always just like, seemed like a one-liner would come at you and be like, oh, it's Rick coming by, and you kind of look around like, oh, he did talk to us or something. But yeah, he was super funny in his own personality, and that was part that was awesome about him.
Brad, you could have texted us and said, yeah, I'm not feeling it today, and it just kind of goes to the human being you are. I'm sure the rest of the day will have its ups and downs for you too, but I will say this, you know, they traded for you. You came here, you excelled here, but I think to the people listening, you have you're a huge part of the community, Brad, and there are a lot of people that love you, and hearing you celebrate Coach and be in pain and everything you're doing at Sac State, I think means a lot, so much to the community. So take that to heart, my man. You got a lot of people standing behind you as well, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I love you for coming on.
Oh, man, appreciate it, and rest in peace to the legend, the Coach.
All right. Thanks, Brad. Love you, dude. Talk to you soon. All right, take care.
Yep.
It's Brad Miller, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I'm not worried about celebrity birthdays today. I didn't have that on the bingo card, Jason Ross.
Yeah, thanks, Brad.
Yeah, it certainly.
Thank you, Brad.
For real. And by the way, Brad will be the first one to make jokes about this in his own time, but to see him, you know, that brings it home what he meant to the team, to the players, and obviously the community. So thanks isn't enough for Brad being willing to come on and share that. We will take a break. Kayla and Matt have been patiently sitting here listening and waiting for their show. So we'll dispense with all that as we all celebrate the life and history of Coach Rick Adelman. Kiss your loved ones. Enjoy, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye now.
Young talent in the NBA is headed to Sacramento this summer for the 8th annual California Classic presented by Ticketmaster. The Kings will host the Milwaukee Bucks, Brooklyn Nets, and Golden State Warriors in a preseason showcase that's sure to bring more fireworks to your 4th of July weekend. 3-day general admission passes for July 4th, 5th, and 6th are available now. Visit kings.com/California Classic for details.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.